No.
Alright.
It's already blowing down the curtains.
Welcome, boys and girls, and everybody in between, to Dragons in the Dining Room.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Today, we are playing Sand and Magic. And we are picking up where we last left off. With a bit of a gap from yesterday because, well, a friend of mine was moving and my wife decided she was going to be a sweetheart and...
I was kidnapped, but they returned me.
She got a lot accomplished, though, and they're immensely grateful.
I wonder where they returned you.
Because they knew I needed my wife back.
Yes, that is exactly why. Otherwise, she probably would have been
I
kept.
love you, Gabs.
Oh, Twiz. Just for you.
Armageddon!
I didn't know what it was until she showed me. So.
We last left off with our mishap adventurers as they had done a bit of combat in the monastery with a strange-looking figure.
Twist his eyes.
My twin.
Good riddance!
I think they were talking to me. And that creature that they were fighting one-shot Grug.
Hey, Poison Ivy Pika.
Poison Ivy Pika.
We haven't seen them.
Have not seen you in forever and a day. Welcome back.
I'm not in the Pokemon episode either.
And after Grug was defeated by this person, thing, creature,
God.
there was a hasty escape made, and the party spent a bit of time helping the monastery recuperate, where they learned a little bit of information about the people that they're going up against.
Yeah, you got to watch Loxy rage out of the room. And then rage back into the room.
Yes.
The barbarian
there was awesome
rage in real life.
There.
Alright,
Yeah,
yes,
please and
drive.
thank you.
Please drive. And drive safe.
Not with your knees.
I don't want to have to pick you up. Does anybody remember some of the things that you learned after the fight?
Yes, we were gonna go after the traitorous little buggers that took off.
And we stole
Let
their
me check my handy dandy.
Yep, I had a
Notebook.
bar with the symbol of... Wait, we got Turret the hippo, the tortoise, there was a tortoise with a city on its back, Omet was the griffin. If I try and say that right now, I'm gonna hurt myself. Stu the turtle.
Stu the turtle.
Apophysis is
Apophysis.
the snake one. And Sobek the crocodile.
Apophysis.
Apophysis.
Yes, you're adding one too many eyes in there.
And
The crocodile's a toddler. Sobek.
I love you.
Fireball, please.
Sobek.
No, he promised he wasn't going to do that unless it was in combat.
How big is the crocodile?
That's what he said.
Anything else you guys remember?
We have little
Hello, Mr. Krabby.
Hey,
No,
Krabby
he
Patty.
promised.
toddler croc
Do toddler croc do
toddler croc.
And thank you for joining Dragons in the Dining Room. We'll be back next week.
Krabby, I'm gonna put something in Discord for you later. We were playing Cards Against Humanity, and this card won the round because of you.
It did.
So I know we each have a little amulet thing of each of the ones that were mentioned.
And we had the ones that escaped and killed some of the monks, and Shifu was like, "Go after them," and we're like, "Yes!"
Yep. The people that we ran into. So we're gonna go find them.
Not quite. The ones that you met when you were entering into town are not the ones that Shifu said.
Right.
Okay.
For
No, I
the
understood that.
All right, the way that it was worded had me. I wanted to make sure there was some clarity.
There are now 8 people we need to kill.
I volunteer. I got an axe. You want to see? I can just go and just done.
So you guys are currently gathered in the monastery. Shifu has just explained that 2 of his were killed, and what they were guarding had been absconded with, and the killers, have taken off.
I don't remember that they were guarding something. What were they guarding?
Yeah, that's
They
new.
were guarding the other golden pieces.
Okay, that's new.
Yeah, I don't think we did
That's
that,
new.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
So we still like the things that we took off the people. The
Yeah.
little okay. So we still have ours.
You have your 5, but the other ones that were gathered and collected are gone, along with the killers.
Okay.
So we need to move quickly then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's get on the camels.
Which way do we go?
So wait, who had which one again?
I had the snake.
I had
So Ash had
the griffin.
foxes?
I had a foxes.
Yep.
The snake.
Do you also remember something else that was unique about the fight that you guys had?
Yeah, we weren't supposed to win it.
Not what I was talking about. The strange dragon in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
And we all
smoky looking one.
Translucent
the
looking.
translucent
Yeah.
ethereal.
Doc Holiday,
Hey, Doc
welcome.
Holiday.
Well, good.
Who had the hippo?
I think I had the
I
hippo.
think so.
Cause hippopotamus.
And did you have Sobek or Stew?
Pretty sure I didn't take stew because that was stupid.
Okay,
I would have taken stew.
I'll take Stew and you can have Sobek.
So
I think I
then,
took the I think I took the griffin.
Sad Ranger? Why
I
Sad
know.
Ranger?
Okay. Then I took the crocodile.
Yeah, I think I remember you saying you took the crocodile.
I have it written down. My bag is so far away I can't reach it.
all of these are in the
Go gadget arm.
All right,
You
go
wanna
gadget.
a little
Which
bit
direction do we
further
go?
than this,
Oh,
right? The one for the Velios brothers.
virtual hug.
The Velius brothers was.
Did I leave any clues as to where they're going?
Because that was the smaller of the 2.
Yes.
I would like to look around for clues to see where they're going.
Oh,
Character set.
how about you roll one of them
I
there
have one
survivors?
Oh boy, I really shouldn't.
But I mean, they hold plenty of dice.
Yeah, because this one is Nybara's and it holds 1.
Yeah, because
Krabby's
that's also
trying
a
to help
single
you.
stitch.
You can probably fit 2 or 3 in there because my mini one fits 3.
It works.
All 3
Thanks,
of them.
Krabby.
On your bag,
But it's
not
also
your
a single
Oh.
double stitch.
Okay,
That's
didn't
what
read
This is
it.
a double.
But I think the mini one you
I rolled a
is
10.
only
You
a
rolled a
I
10.
mean, it is.
Okay. So as you guys are discussing this, you notice that Grug has kind of wandered off a little bit outside the northern gates,
All right.
and he's looking
Yeah,
around.
this is what it holds
He's looking around
comfortably.
and seems to be scratching his head a little bit.
I'll go look. Grug, what's the matter? What'd you find, boy?
I would like to rage.
Okay.
I'm looking for clues as to where we're supposed to go because, I mean, I don't know where these guys went.
Oh, that's a good idea. Do we know if they were on foot or horseback?
it's a good idea.
Well, can I assist?
Sure.
I'm gonna assist.
All
Here,
right.
lift me up and I'll see what I can see. I'm queen of the world!
Oh, the
This takes one hand for me.
Lifting gnomes is not that hard.
I'm not a gnome.
You just grab her butt and go.
Cheer the
Oh, it's holding
rope.
by her
Yes!
Oh, you're holding by your hair.
Yeah.
You can swing her around like a little doll.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I've never had a pet before.
So she
I'm not
gave you the
anything
assist.
at
Jeffrey Powell.
Oh, does that mean I roll twice?
Yes.
Yeah. And you, advantage.
That's even less.
Did you get for teasing me?
Even less than 10.
Well, as your friend comes along and says, "Ooh, can I help?" What looked like footprints you were looking at for a brief moment are now completely obscured by the sand from her stamping right in front of where you're looking. And Yeah.
Katie,
I
as
love
always,
how
it's great to
your
have you here.
low rolls screw me over.
Right, it's obviously your fault.
It didn't screw, it
don't
didn't
we have-
screw you over. It
don't
screwed him over.
Do we have some sort of rogue with us or something? Who can, like, track stuff?
Kita! Come look at this.
I
Only
will
we had
come
a
look at
rogue.
that. If only there was a rogue in the party.
Useless bards.
Oh,
Not you!
Jesus
Not
He's a
you!
bard.
That's,
I know, but
that's going toward
That's
Chris.
going
I
towards
know.
Twith.
Why couldn't you have been a barbarian?
That was so
I wish I remembered.
So you hear your sister holler out your name.
I will go investigate.
And you made your dex
All
save
right.
at 12 to get up.
Roll me one of them their survivals.
Ooh. Oh, wait, never mind. That was the wrong stat. That's not bad. That would be a 17.
That is much better than the previous roll.
Rolls.
I only count one of them because it was advantage.
Can you hand me my box, please?
Give me my thingy.
I'm closer than he is.
My face hurts.
Mine.
My favorite out, please.
It's gonna take me a couple days to defrag and get back to
No, I can
normal.
feel my face. That's the
You were
problem.
normal before you left?
One of them hurts. The other one
Apparently
doesn't
not.
hurt.
Alright, so you roll your 17.
Yeah.
You start looking around, and trying to track in sand is extremely difficult.
Trying to track in sand is extremely difficult.
Oh.
However, there is something that kind of triggers a little light bulb that pops in your mind. As you go, well, the wind moves everything around. So if there's depressions in the sand, while they may not be discernible as to what made the depressions, they generally shouldn't be there. You know, more often than not, the sand is pretty smooth. And you take a look and you can see divots in the sand, leading fortuitously in the same direction that you guys were already headed.
That is awfully convenient.
So-
The gods are smiling on us right now.
Towards, north.
Correct.
Bam.
Rip Masande.
Let's ride.
Huh? Oh, okay. Never mind, sorry.
There is an exclamation from Gilbert Grug.
From who?
That's all, folks.
I'm doing my best part to take impression today.
Okay, I'm riding off into the desert.
There we go.
I'm in his
In his
backpack,
backpack,
so
I'm gonna just be like, okay, bye, and I've got my camel.
Okay.
You want to see
Did
it?
we each have our own camel again?
Everyone
believe
but
we
me.
did. We were gonna
I'm
get
riding his
outfitted.
backpack.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cover his
I'm
eyes.
riding because we've got
Better
Felipe and Balthazar and
2.0.
Balthazar 2.0 and
I never named mine.
I didn't either. I should. Humphrey. Mine is Humphrey. No, he's Humpernickel because it's his favorite kind of bread.
What's wrong?
So fun and so funny at the same time.
All right, Twiz, you did indeed rub off on my woman.
That sounds wrong too. That sounds wrong as well.
I don't know. I think it was more Allie.
What is up, Mr. David?
Yeah, I was.
And Ganesh and Ganesh.
All right, so
Was that Dancing Ganesh? or
you
Giggle
guys
Ganesh?
start making your way out of town, heading back toward Knob.
Can we
Or
refill
out of the
the
monastery.
water and food before we do too?
Sure.
Thank you.
Wow.
Ouch.
Only Krabby and Boxy made that one.
Eh?
There's minor adjustments that I have made. You will find that the payouts are a little bit larger now
Yeah, I see that. It's times 2 now.
instead of 1.5.
Nice.
So,
Floorboard. I didn't read that before.
Whoops.
all
You will
right.
get another chance.
Floorboard 1000 did not earn you anything this time around.
Oh no. Autocorrect.
No, because I had
Maniac Medic, welcome, welcome.
Hey.
Hello.
So yes, you guys top off on water, but it is not much. as it appears that something or someone may have drained a lot of the water supply that had been
They really die.
that had been gathered up in the well previously. However, the Shifu lets you know that over time it will fill again as there is a natural reservoir that they're tapped into.
Well, that's a good thing.
But you guys are capable of getting one water skin each.
Oh.
As toward foodstuffs, it's enough to get you through the day. You guys should still have some of your hard rations.
Sorry, we also have a goblin we can eat.
Printing alien plant life? I would love to see a picture of that.
Hey, weekend wolf!
Hey, weekend. Does it sing?
Oh, did it pop?
Yeah,
It did.
Oh,
It did.
good.
It did.
It was cool. I liked it.
I'm glad.
I'm
Hello,
gonna
weekend.
get socks on because my
Good to
feet
see
are
you.
cold.
That's why I brought fuzzy socks.
I
So-
forgot to bring fuzzy socks.
You guys make your way out of the monastery and you start heading west
I got new socks.
toward the city of
They're
North,
penguins.
if my memory serves correctly.
Penguins.
It's written down in the book over there, but it's so far away.
Well, I'm looking at the other one that has it written down.
Huh?
West is not
I
correct.
think we were going west. Because we were west, we headed back east, now we're heading
Yes,
back west
it's
again.
not.
Okay.
West is north because it's the place with the Sultan,
Ram is north. South is Varus.
and Horst is east.
Yep.
Fallen Tower, tar pits,
There we go. So
giant
you guys
oasis,
start heading west. And
giants.
we're going to have fun with this and do it again.
Oh,
No
You know from the monastery back to Noth proper, it is about 9 days travel. So, day one. Everybody roll me a d6.
Quick question, did the second party of bad people leave on foot? Can we tell by the tracks? As well as the first group?
I just.
One group headed out through the south gates, the other group headed out through the north gates. The group that you guys met going in came out the south gates. The killers that Shifu got very mad about went out through the north gates.
Right, no, my question is, did they leave on foot? Like, are they walking through the desert?
From what she could, what Katie could figure out, it did appear that they were on foot.
Okay, because the first group was only a day ahead of us, so these other
You did it
people...
again.
Mm-hmm.
You did it again.
They shouldn't be far.
Did
Called-
it again.
You
Did I
called
get the
Kita
names back
Katie.
again?
Yes.
Yeah, I do that.
So wait, they headed out the north gate?
Well, my question was, are they on foot? Or
Right.
did they have horses?
Yes, they left through the north gate. Yes, it looks like they're on foot.
But they are heading west.
They went out the north gate and started heading west. What is up, Tay?
Hey, Tay.
Hey,
Hello.
Tay.
Um,
More bodies.
right? So as you guys start your trek out, did anybody get a 1?
Oh, wait, yeah, sorry. Oops.
It had to be you. You trouble making. Maybe you're part gnome. Maybe that's why you're adopted. And Grog's been partially right this whole time.
All right.
Oops.
Did you do it again?
You did it again.
You
You
guys
played with
make
your
it
dice.
through.
Got lost in the game.
Oh, baby, baby.
You guys make it through most of the day, and travel goes pretty well. Strange as it is, though, it doesn't appear that you're gaining ground on your quarry. You don't see anything on the horizon by the end of this first day that indicates there are people walking about.
Are we still following tracks?
From what Kita can figure out, you're following what looks like the tracks of these killers.
Well, they've got less than a day on us, and they're on foot, which is
Right.
nice. We should, if we push, we should have a decent advantage.
And you guys set
If
up.
only someone could not roll a 1.
It says Ghost of Saltmarsh.
Did I forget to change the name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. I will rename it.
Ooh, loot the horde.
Thank you for that.
Yep. I just noticed.
Why only two?
Did your work get shut down, or are you still up in business?
Mine? As far as I know, we're still going. The only at this point, the only one that's in question is her because
school closed and we usually go by what the school does.
Alright.
But our bosses
The tide was
are
correct
gonna
now.
try and push. Be like, we're gonna stay open because we're in business.
After you guys set up camp, it seems that everything is going well. But when second watch comes along,
Yeah.
there is a strange feeling in the air, almost a bit of electricity in the air.
I can feel it.
in the air tonight.
Out loud.
You missed me. You know you did.
And
That was a no.
The smile was a hell yeah.
and as this strange energy in the air starts to pick up a bit, all of a sudden you feel everything in the air start to pick up, and a strong wind is starting to buffet the camp. By the time third watch rolls around, you can see the bottom edges of the tent starting to just rustle in the wind hard to where it's starting to tug on the ropes that you're using to tie it down with.
Uh-oh.
There is a strong possibility, for those of you who are on third watch, you start to fear that the wind might pick up your tent and carry it aloft.
Hey Grug, can you just move over so you're sitting on the edge?
I will move over and sit on the edge.
Okay.
Oh, we could just, hey, I won again. Sorry. Squirrel.
Oh, that's very much a squirrel.
Just lay on the edge to keep it pinned down.
I need in that
And
case.
Ash, go on the other side.
Sweet. So between the two of you, how much do you weigh?
Right I weigh 180.
He's a beefy elf.
275.
I am a beefy elf.
180, 275, 3, 4. Okay.
You could have the camera.
I'm just laying in the dust storm.
Hey, Tiff.
No, you're
No, it's
in
on
the
the
tent.
inside.
Oh.
Well, think of it like a spa treatment. It just buffets away all the old dead
I'll get
skin
my chest oil.
cells.
Sandblasted.
Yeah, you get the chest oil out and it sticks to you, so you look like a sand monster.
Just
Make
gotta
an
wreck the
exfoliant.
sandblaster.
About halfway through third watch, even with the assistance of you two working on the printers, the tent is uplifted, and the two of you are now covered in tent.
Great.
Fireball.
I just love how every time Fireball comes up, we do that.
He's won. I are sorry.
Can you see the 20 though?
No, not that time.
Oh.
I can't blow away it from incinerator.
Fair
He's
point,
not
Krabby.
wrong.
Fair point. Armageddon!
Armageddon!
The tent.
Nina's like, oh god.
The tent has been blown over, and the two of you are now engulfed in this tent, and the wind seems to be pretty steady now,
Maybe we should just roll it up.
and a very good wind at that.
Part of me just wants to lay there and just
I
let it.
chased
I was
the
gonna
tent
say,
all the way
I'm-
across the field.
I'm just
I've
gonna lay there
done
and
that
let it
before,
I'll
happen.
lay there and let it happen.
Yep.
Okay. The three of you
Yeah.
were sleeping peacefully,
Yeah.
and are now awoken by sand just blasting into you.
The two of us are just like, we're the assholes.
Whatever.
Just like, whatever.
Whatever.
Let it happen.
So you-
Jeffrey calls in the backpack.
There you go.
All right.
Tiny hut doesn't sound. No, tiny hut doesn't sound bad, Krabby.
I'm gonna have to get that spell.
Me too.
All right.
First or second?
I think it's a third.
And we will say that the
That's my one.
Sassy wizard
the
hand.
third watch has finally come to its end.
Thank God.
No, that wasn't sassy enough. You gotta.
Except for it was head shake, not handshake.
But you said handshake, so I did a handshake. This is
I also read feet as farts on my paper, so
what?
the word feet.
Pizza farts.
I have it written as feets, so I can write down my feet. And I read farts, so that is how my day has been.
It's still better than me at holidays last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Dragons in the Dining Room.
I don't know if he is or not.
Shush.
I'm confused. At least it's better. At least it's better than hitting on me. Ew.
Yes, gracious, wise, and wonderful DM.
It's
Your
been
tent is-
really long.
Your tent is being buffeted by a very strong wind. The watches have ended.
We should take cover.
I'm fine.
I'm in cover.
I'm in the backpack and in the tent.
I'm just gonna pull my cloak closer around me and try and huddle down so it's not buffeting me in the face, so it's coming towards my back and not towards my face.
Why?
Well, if they're rolled up in a tent and the sandstorm's still going voof, I want to make sure I'm not getting it in the face.
Yeah, you know what I'm not gonna do is mess with a tent in the middle of a sandstorm.
Because then you will be chasing it. You gotta stay until it's done now.
Why don't you guys just each of you crawl in with one of us? You'd be
But
wrapped
I
up
thought
in
you guys
tents.
were wrapped up in it. How are we supposed to crawl into a wrapped up rolled carpet tent?
Figure
They
it
didn't
out.
say that.
I mean, yeah, I think
I
it
said
just
it-
flipped.
Flipped over.
Oh.
And we're just
Over and
laying on
covered
it.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, well then I'll
Yeah.
crawl up there too. We can go on a magic carpet ride if we get enough lift.
You're light enough.
Is it daytime yet?
Do we hear Darude yet?
Is it daytime yet? It hasn't been nighttime yet.
No, true. Is it our daytime yet?
Oh yes.
Okay.
About 2 more hours passes, and finally the wind dies down.
Hey.
There goes the tracks.
Yeah.
Yay! There go the tracks, and our night of rest. And oh, I saw that.
I mean, I guess we could say we at least know where that first group was going. We sort of gave them directions and a note and all that.
Yeah,
I
but
suppose we don't know they're going that way, but it's probably a pretty good bet that they are. I would assume those other 4 going in the same direction.
I would say we should continue to knock.
Yes.
How did our camels fare in the sandstorm?
What camels?
Our
Excuse me?
camels.
What camels?
Excuse me. Where is Felipe?
Not within eyesight.
I will
We
get
would
them-
have had
I
them
will walk
hobbled.
away from this table. Where's Felipe?
Are they?
Hobbled.
Where's my
Not
Felipe?
hobbled.
Yes.
Hobbled?
How would you have hobbled them?
With strips of cloth, the same way we've done every night.
Right.
Hobbled?
To what?
But
Same.
if they're hobbled, yeah.
It makes them way harder to walk.
I understand that. But you guys spent 2 hours underneath the tent not knowing which direction they wandered off to find shelter.
Gotcha. Hold on, Tay. We'll explain in a moment. Alright, Grug, boost me up again. I got good eyes. No! Lift me by my feet, not my
My
head.
ears.
I'd kick Grug in the face.
I drop you.
Ow. Well, Jocelyn, somebody boost me so I can see the damn camels.
The damels.
Just
That's
call
not
you.
my brother.
I just called you Jocelyn.
Yes, you did.
It
Wrong
would
kind
have
of
been
pain.
it would have been more successful if it had been Jocelyn because Jocelyn's taller.
This is
Okay,
To
you
be
know
fair-
what?
to be
Punchable.
fair- I heard Kushiel's start this week, so Jocelyn was just there.
And if you say that in character, my response is in character.
alright,
Hey, you know what? You're little puntable.
Can I
I
look
will-
and see if I can see
I
the
will
camels?
Roll me one of them their perception.
I will lift you to help.
You raise me up.
Yes.
Does that give me advantage since he's
So you
assisting?
can stand on mountains.
Double
Hey!
Hello?
Oh. This is your fault. I'm not sure how, but it is.
Roll a different
Lucky.
one.
Or no, is that a 2?
Yeah,
It's a
no. It's a total of 6.
Ouch!
Oh, dang.
Isn't it
Hey.
advantage since I'm
You
not-
didn't
roll
do
twice.
floorboard this time.
Is it an advantage or lovable DM?
I said I was helping you. I
You were
looked
lifting
up.
her up. Not so much helping her see.
I can't see anything. Do you want to try? Here, I'll lift
Katie,
you up.
lift her up.
Here, I'm gonna lift her up while standing on Ash's shoulders.
Oh god. Kimasei.
Roll me a dex.
Just straight decks.
Yeah.
21.
Cool. You
You
managed
have
to
a
maintain
13
your balance.
roll.
Ooh, thank you, Tay. Long story short, Tay, we left the monastery and we're chasing monk killers, and now our camels are missing.
Thanks, Krabby.
Ash not catch him.
At this rate, no, Ash won't catch him.
Is the ground flat or are there any rises nearby?
There's a few rises here and there.
Can I go to
Thanks,
a nearby
Krabby.
rise?
Yes. And now everybody else, roll me a perception.
Everybody else?
Nodded.
Who hasn't rolled one yet?
Oh, okay. They meant everybody but me. 12.
6.
We suck. Sleep is gone.
Passive of 10.
And what did you get for your perception
6.
15.
with the 13 that was rolled for you?
No, that happened after you had me. You want me to roll again?
When everybody lifted you up in this pyramid of people?
All right. Well, that gives me a 17.
Okay, and what did you get,
Fif-
sister?
15.
50. The two of you managed to just barely hear a strange sound coming from the south. More or less.
I hear them! Camel ho!
Camel toe. Alright, let's go get our camels.
Actually, Grug, if I enhance your speed, will you,
Grab B 2.0.
yeah, run and get them because you're much faster than a short little gnome?
Certainly. I would love to go get everybody's camel.
What's her speed?
40.
So's mine.
Yours is 2.
I'll race you.
Long strider.
Alright, I'll go get the
Side
camels.
kicker.
You
can't,
already
you're
took
already
off.
running.
I'll go get the
I'm gonna
camels.
side kicker when I get back. And then I'm gonna take the
It
camera.
doesn't take more than about a half an hour for you guys to gather your camels, make sure everything is good to go with them, and get yourselves resituated with your mounts. The adopted one is getting rolled for now, and you guys start on your way. However,
Give her a 2.
Ah, you called it.
Karma.
you are, as was recognized by Jeffrey, unable to see tracks.
We will head west
Continue to head north.
towards the city of.
We're going that way.
We started going this way, we're gonna continue going this way.
And as you guys continue that direction, I need everybody to roll a 6 again.
Not my fault.
Not me.
Not me.
Me.
Alright, so day 2 goes by with nary an issue other than the fact that it's really freaking hot.
It doesn't bother me.
And you camp goes by just fine. Everything seems to be hunky-dory. Travel is going at a really good pace. We go into day 3 one more time.
Aw, you guys are both wonderful. Now quit fighting.
Nothing.
Not me.
Not me.
It's not gonna be me. Haha, it's not me.
Alright. Day 4 goes by
It's gonna be
just as
me.
casual as the other one did. Now, while you guys are traveling, is there anything else that you guys would like to work on and
Well,
play around with?
I don't think work on. I mean, we're trying to make a solid speed.
Yes, but
because
you also have downtime while you're at camp.
I'm still practicing my common.
Sure.
Okay.
So I can make the letters thicker so it can be seen on camera.
I have these.
What are you trying to do?
Make the letters on my adopted sign thicker so it can be seen on camera. Only cause slight distractions.
You know, if you use red and blue, you can make it look 3D.
I'm not that talented.
Make it look distorted.
I may have your dice bag finished tonight.
Probably
Cool.
will.
Well, the first one. Probably not the second. Because the second one's going to be a big one.
Darren. And one more.
I don't need a.
Now you have choices.
Hey, Jaden!
Hey, Jaden.
Hello.
Jaden.
Ooh, no.
All right. So yes, you're working on your common. Is anybody else going to do anything in their downtime?
I'm going to keep working on fighting with my scythe.
Okay.
Same.
And so the two of you are going to be working with each other on that, or are you going to be working individually?
Together.
All right.
Better together.
So that leads us into day 4. One more set of 6s.
Not me.
So we still
Wait.
have not overtaken them?
No.
They probably veered off, not me.
Oh shit.
Oh, there's 2 of them.
All right. So we've got 2 ones this time around. This will be interesting.
Whatever it was our fault this time.
Yeah.
So with this, most of the day goes by fine. Near the end of the day, as you guys are hunting for... thank you very much for the follow. There is something that catches the party's eye. And it's actually kind of strange because you were just speaking about this the day before. It is almost 5 days into travel, and you guys have not overtaken this other group. The weather seems to be just fine, and there's a brief moment where Kita is looking around, and all of a sudden you hear Kita, you notice that there is a strange marking in the sand. Something that you had, something you hadn't seen before.
Okay.
And at first, it looks like the marks a snake would leave in the sand when it's moving. Have you ever seen the marks a sidewinder leaves in the sand?
Yeah.
Yes!
It leaves marks there's marks like that.
That goes the other
However, rather than
direction.
being
Me, not Jack.
6-8 inches long, these are about 3 to 4 feet long.
Oh my.
Oh my.
And every time you see these marks as you're traveling, there's 2 of them, and they're always parallel.
2 of them is in like 2 sets.
Yep, there's 2 of them, and they're always parallel. They're intermittent, but that was that.
This one's dead.
Okay.
And squeeze it.
Oh, well, that one can go find its way into the circular file. They're intermittent, but there seems to be a bit of a pattern about it.
Would I recognize what this is because I'm from this land?
Anybody who wishes, roll me an intelligence.
I am so intelligent. I'm gonna blow you guys out of the water. Hey.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Maybe?
That's in 11.
Jeffrey.
6.
Fitting.
Just straight intelligence?
Yep.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yeah.
10. Again. Oh, Vistra, you get the next one.
Whoop whoop.
Got a 2.
Womp womp.
That's 2 2s in a
2 in a
row.
row.
Oh, that should
Wait,
have been
so
roll.
technically.
That should have been your intelligence.
Yeah,
roll.
so that would have been a 3 actually, not a 20.
Oh, I got a 15. I'm the smartest one here.
Ouch.
I got a 10.
It's alright. That's awesome.
Ouch.
That's brutal.
Makes a good RP.
Grug, you're racking your brains on this, and you really can't come up with a really good explanation. I mean, it could be 2 giant sidewinders, but they would never move parallel at the same time. But something is brushing against the sand. And then as you take a look a bit more, the length of it is about 4 feet. But they're always about 2.5, 3 feet apart.
I'm pretty sure these are the marks of a blue whale.
Yes.
I've heard of them before, but I've never seen one. Maybe we should go check it out.
Are you sure it's a marble?
And they are heading the same direction you are.
Oh, that's awfully convenient. We're gonna see a blue whale on this adventure, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Keep going.
Let's go, Humpernickel.
It takes you a little bit longer, and it actually happens when you guys are in camp. Chilling, chit-chatting, talking about various things. And Grug is telling a tale from one of the campfire stories that they like to do about how they would watch these people who got wishes from genies or had very powerful magic friends, that they could animate objects and fly with them. And all of a sudden, maybe those marks come from a flying carpet.
I'm pretty sure it's a blue whale, but I don't know for sure.
Blue boat.
You think it could be from a carpet?
A carpet, yes, that's what I meant.
A flying carpet.
Did you not hear that incredibly detailed story I just told you about?
Well, I did,
Genies
and I'm
and
still
shit.
questioning it because I'm incredulous.
Oh. Me too.
At this point, anything can happen in this world.
There. Now is that more visible?
I can read it just fine on my screen.
I would say that looks more visible now.
I can see it okay on my phone too.
Sweet.
Alright. So that's
Yes.
the idea that's being tossed around now. Is potentially it's something like a flying carpet.
If that's the case, then I don't know if we're going to be able to catch. What's faster, a flying carpet or a camel?
I don't know, we haven't caught these guys on foot in 4 days now.
Which
I would
is
say probably
crazy. They must be really fast.
Or camels really suck.
I think I'm gonna
Don't
choose-
say that about Humpernickel. He's got sensitive feelings.
Humpernickel does not speak common.
Felipe is gonna be mad at you if we can understand you.
Felipe does not speak common. Felipe only speaks Orcish.
I grunt at Felipe.
Are you changing the reset timer on the
just a little bit.
blue cord?
Yes, you do.
Well, it's also becoming a bit of a distraction.
Don't be distracted.
Alright. Have fun, David.
Bye.
See ya!
Oh my gosh, cold. Oh my gosh. No, stop.
Thanks for dropping in.
Day six rolls around. And if I might get D6s from everybody again.
Oh.
Not it.
We have one. You guys set out, and the beginning of the journey goes along just fine. When you find yourselves cresting over a larger dune, and I need everybody to roll, we'll say dexterity plus proficiency.
Okay. Oh, that's all right.
Did anybody get under a 15? You two are violently thrown from your camels as the sand on the opposite side of this dune starts to shift. Before you have a chance to respond, you and your camels are knocked over, and the sand starts rushing down to the bottom of this dune. Grug, roll me another intelligence.
The moment of no.
And it felt like that was gonna happen.
8.
Oh, sorry, 7.
7.
Ooh, slap play.
All right. I need Ash and Kita to roll me a strength check.
Hi, I get to actually roll this time.
Huh.
You might as well not have.
And what did the two of you get?
Giggle.
Just straight strength.
Yep, a strength check. 6.
11.
11. Both of you find yourselves being drugged further and further down to the bottom of this dune. The other 3 of you are making your way down very precariously as the sand is starting to almost like an avalanche, but not as heavy.
Gotcha.
But you can watch the sand falling down towards the bottom of this dune. And as you look around, you're in what looks like a bit of a caldera type shape.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, there is this gigantic burst of sand that explodes out of the
Tremors.
ground.
Mm-hmm.
Close.
Kevin Bacon.
Close.
Ooh, bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
As you watch the maw of this
Bacon.
giant beast explode from the center of this sand.
It's a graboid.
It's a blue whale.
It's not what the
I'm
heck.
gonna laugh if it's a blue whale.
It is not a blue whale.
It's a graboid.
It is, however,
It's a singe.
a giant antlion.
I don't know what that is.
We fought these before.
We have not fought these.
You guys have never fought one of these.
We
It
fought
wanders.
Wanderers.
One and
Yeah.
wanderers.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I'm
And I need initiative.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
That's not a bad start.
So, just because I don't know what an antlion is, what am I looking at?
An antlion, in real life, they create a small trap where the sand is loose and pulls everything into the center, and it is a giant insect with large pincers that will burst up and eat whatever comes down into the center.
When you say giant, like 5 feet, 10 feet,
For
20
you guys,
Yeah.
giant, we're talking this thing is 10 foot in diameter.
Okay. Fucking end
It
with
could swallow one of you guys whole.
It would rue the day, let me tell you.
Purple worm. Purple worm.
Okay, that is going to be... And then we move on to the players. Ash.
17.
20.
Really?
16.
There we go. Jeffrey.
17.
Nice.
16.
Nice.
Wow, you guys all are in the same block.
Yeah. I have short, stubby T-Rex arms. I can't reach that far.
All right, Kita, you are being drugged further and further, closer and closer to this thing. You are finding it very difficult getting your feet underneath you. So for the moment, you are prone. You can try to stand up. However, that is going to be your action.
Mm-hmm. So I am like sliding down the sand dune like I'm about to get like the
Like
one scene
Luke
in Star Wars.
Skywalker. Yeah,
you are,
that's
yes,
exactly.
you are going right into the Snorlax pit.
Great.
Snorlax.
Just roll with it.
He did it on purpose.
I don't know if I can roll with that.
He did it
I wanted
just
to see
that
how many
face.
of you just went. "Nyeh."
Can I shoot it with an arrow?
You can attempt to, yes.
I'm going to shoot it with a thunder arrow.
All right.
Thunder.
Roll to hit.
I'll give you a bardic inspiration point. I just got 2 of the best looks ever. That was amazing.
Thank you. That was
good.
good for me too.
I don't suppose I have advantage at all, do I?
Oh, heck no.
Okay, I didn't think so. That's still a 22 to hit.
Why are you worried about advantage?
Because sneak attack.
No, you are very much
I was
exposed
gonna say,
right now.
Pretty sure we're getting sneak
Wait,
attacked.
wait. No, because I have to be within 5 feet of it, don't I? Because swashbuckler. Swashbuckler.
Swashbuckler.
Yes, you have to be within melee range. And you are currently not.
Okay.
If you guys want to figure this out, the pit that this thing is in is a 30-foot diameter,
Okay.
and it drops 20 feet to the center.
Okay, so it's steep.
Yes,
And then does it take up a 5
it takes up a 10-foot square.
10-foot square?
And it's 30 diameter, so 60 wide. No, never mind. Ignore me. It's
That'd be radius. Yeah, that'd be radius.
yeah.
Sorry,
Okay,
I
yeah.
don't know either.
30 diameter is the actual 15
15
feet
radius.
Thank
yeah.
you.
radius.
That is 10 points of piercing damage and 2 points of thunder damage.
10 points of piercing and 2 points of thunder.
Correct. Because it's a d6 plus a d4 elemental.
All right.
He takes up that whole middle.
I'm not the autistic
Okay.
type.
I mean, that's way better than I would have done.
So,
He's a
And
sand
then
lemon.
he
He takes up
anything
10,
else?
10 square.
It's a sand lemon.
How far away am I from it?
You are halfway down.
So I'm only like 10 feet away from it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, he's a happy guy.
okay.
It's a happy sand lemon.
And I'm sliding down
He's like a
towards it.
banana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now he's
Now he's an angry son.
weirdly, happily angry.
I am not autistic.
That was a fantastic face.
See that face again?
That was a fantastic face.
That's what it looks like.
That is the.
Ah.
Hi.
Ow.
Ash and Jeffrey. Ash, same thing with you.
Yep.
You are about 10 feet away from it. You are incapable of uprighting yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And and you are tumbling down toward this thing.
Yep.
Jeffrey, I need you to roll me a dexterity save.
Sure, we're going down swinging.
Aren't you in my backpack?
Nice.
Oh wait,
Nice.
never mind.
I was gonna say.
I'm in his backpack.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I forgot about that too.
I did too for
I was
I'll take
really.
that nat 20 though.
No, you can't take that at 20.
I'll take this.
He
nat 20.
Jeffrey nat 20 to stay in the backpack.
There you
Right.
go. That's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, you're like.
Well, I
you're
was like,
surfing.
oh crap! If you fell off the camel, I was screwed.
I forgot you were in my backpack, so
So
we're gonna have to get you your own camel one of these
So
days.
we'll hold on to that 20
Oh, cool.
because I asked for the wrong
You
roll
asked
from
me to
you.
roll.
The two of you are going at the same time. What would you like to do?
Us two?
No, Ash and Jeffrey.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
The two of you are going at the same time. Who'd like to go first? What would you like to do?
I just want to be able to get up.
That's going to take an action to try and right yourself as you're fighting against the sand that's pushing you downward.
Okay. That's fine. I just
Roll
want
me a
to be able to
strength,
get up.
strength check.
Words are hard today.
13.
13. You are not capable of righting yourself.
Okay.
Do you have anything for bonus action you want to try?
I want to shoot Ray of Frost at him. Or no, that's a wow, brain. Okay, no, nope,
Okay.
no.
Jeffrey,
How far away am I?
you guys are making your way down the hill.
It's okay.
And you're taking it slowly because you don't want to fall over, so you are 5 feet in.
So we're like
15 feet
15
away.
feet away. I'm gonna run up there, smack it with my scimitar.
You're going to hop out of the bag?
I'm gonna
Can
hop
I-
out of the bag.
Can I assist in him springing off my back? We've worked
So
out
one thing
we've worked out a
Yeah.
system. Yeah, we have we developed a back.
So you are going to try to leap out of the bag with the assistance of Grug to cross that 15 feet and attack the antlion.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Hey, got 20.
No,
Hey.
the 20 goes for
Okay.
your acrobatics, that you don't fall and kill yourself.
And I don't hit him. So then I'm going to use my the other 15 feet of my movement to back up.
You can't.
No, I'm stuck back down it.
You can move half your movement, trying to struggle your way back up.
So 5 feet.
You
plus
are in-
10.
you are in-
I had 15 feet to go there.
You are in difficult terrain now, so all movement is halved.
Got it.
So
How
you
are you so cold?
move 5 feet away, and that brings us to Grug and Katie.
Go ahead, Katie. Unless you don't know what you want to do.
Alright.
Katie,
No, I got an
I
idea.
need you to roll another ride check.
Alright. That's a 7.
You feel your camel fall from underneath you,
Okay.
and now roll me an acrobatics.
That's even worse. That's a 6.
You are now prone on the ground, feeling yourself slide.
We used up all our good rolls for initiative.
That's okay.
Right.
Alright, so
You will again take your action to stand
Okay.
if you wish to do that.
Okay. I don't. So I'm at the edge of it, being slid in.
You're 5 feet in.
Yep.
You got 15 feet between you and it.
That
You
doesn't
said
work.
you said a 30-foot diameter,
Okay, so 10 feet.
but it takes up 10 feet in the middle of it.
That puts me 5 feet away from it.
You are 10 feet away from it.
So you're-
Okay.
Let's forget the 30 feet. We're 10 feet
just
away.
forget. Yeah. Okay. Can I try and maneuver on my butt, and I'm gonna hold.
You're 5 feet
So,
away.
I'm gonna pull out.
If it makes it easier, then technically you should have it drawn at 40 because he takes up a full 10-foot square in the center.
Okay.
Does that make it a little bit easier for the math on you guys?
Yeah.
We'll just ignore the circle.
We'll just
we drew.
ignore the circle.
We'll just use a smiley face.
I want to pull out a thunder arrow,
Okay.
and I want to try and crouch, and I want to slide directly towards his mouth.
His mouth is vertical. He's doing this. You can see carapace, and its mouth is
Because
pointing straight
he
out
just
at the
burst
mouth.
up, right? He just burst
Yep.
out of the side.
Okay.
Just burst out.
Well, then I still want to keep a thunder arrow in my hand, and I want to slide towards him. I want to try and maneuver so I'm.
Well, you have a sneaking suspicion the way the sand is working here. You got no choice but to slide toward
So I'm gonna try and work with it instead of against it.
it. Okay. Go. I need you to roll me a ride check.
Yeah, my attempt will be to get off of Felipe.
Oh, if you're just going to hop off of Felipe, roll me a dex save.
Can I still use that?
Yeah.
Yay! 19.
You keep your feet underneath you.
Okay, and then I want Felipe to skedaddle out of here. So I slap him on the behind.
No. I just
He's-
imagine that's what you sound like.
He's struggling, but he's making his way up.
Okay. Is getting off my action or is that movement?
That's half your movement.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I will use the other half of my movement to charge down the hill and get my axe out. And I will bonus action get really bad.
Okay.
Ah.
You growl at this thing. Now, as you guys are all moving toward this thing, trying to right yourselves and fight against this sand that is piling down toward you, the carapace that has risen up out of the sand, you watch as the head turns, looks, and even more of the body starts to come out. There is now 15 feet of body jutting out of the sand. And it attacks.
It's much less menacing when it sticks to 3 dice.
3d6, yeah.
Yeah.
It attacks
60.
the nearest creature to it.
Jeffrey
or-
yeah. Actually, it's got its pick.
Between.
Well, so
Yeah.
I guess question because I moved 20 feet.
Oh, I suppose it would be between you and Jeffrey. You're
Actually,
the closest.
yeah, I was gonna say it probably is me now
Yeah,
because I'm the
you're
only one that
close.
actually
It's a
charged down.
snowman. Do you want to build a
Snowman.
Do you want to build an antlion? Do you want to
Thank
kill
you
an
for the
antlion?
best you.
And as
really, really
it does, the whole body juts up and it slams downward at you.
Oh!
And does a 14 hit?
That does not.
All right.
Somehow.
It just You manage to scoot away before it gets a chance to actually get a good bite off on you. And its head bursts forth, sand scattering everywhere. Unfortunately, it does not seem to have much for mobility, which leaves us back to the top of the initiative. Kita.
It's gonna be the weirdest. Just 5 people standing around hacking at a big watermelon in a hole.
Kita, you are still prone, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Up to the
You are also now, without any effort, 5 feet closer to it.
So I should be like right on top of it.
You and
Cool.
me are both on it now.
Can I move? Like, roll around it?
Keep behind me.
You're fighting against the sand and you are prone. No, you are not able to move.
I can't log roll.
No.
Then I am going to.
You're just imagining her long rolling now, aren't you?
I'm gonna stab at it with my rapier.
Alright, go stab at it.
Stab it.
Aw, thanks, Krabby.
That'd be a 13.
Such a sweetheart.
As you stab at it with your rapier, you watch as the blade of your rapier goes straight towards this thing, as it is ginormous. It is almost impossible to miss this thing, and your rapier goes ting.
Oh, I was gonna say you missed.
How did you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you.
The rapier does not even look like it's that carapace is tough.
Well, remind me, we'll sharpen that when we're done here.
That is one lucky bug.
You saw people stabbing at it. I wouldn't have stabbed
Anything else you would like to do at this moment?
I don't know. Probably not. I'm gonna go no.
Okay. Ash and Jeffrey, you both move 5 feet closer to the creature. And it's up to you as to who wants to do what. When.
You can go first.
Okay.
Well, since it's right in front of me.
Do you have this? Can we flank something like this, or is it too big?
You can flank anything.
Okay.
Because technically,
Especially steaks.
I'm going to pull out my longsword, even though I'm basically probably on my butt at this point. I'm going to take out my longsword and swing at it.
What?
One-handed.
I usually do it one-handed.
Oh, that's right. You've got the feet.
That's only a 12.
And once again, you swing at this thing and you just watch
Do you
as the
get
blade
advantage?
goes
So you get advantage.
right
Oh,
across the
I
carrot.
am way to
Sure, I
close
do
for
get
you.
advantage.
That's
That's an
much better.
18 to hit.
No. Your blade cannot, it is not breaking through the carapace.
Oh, it could be fun.
We're like stuck there.
I get extra attacks, so I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
With advantage. Yeah, use a different one.
Another 18.
Oh.
Nope. Your blade, I mean, you're swinging hard at this thing, but that carapace is very tough.
It could be fun.
Jeffrey.
I'm gonna swing at it
Okay.
with advantage because 19 plus 5.
That manages to break into the carapace a bit.
Way to go,
In
Jeffrey.
the words of D for Supernatural, son of a
6 plus 5.
pudding!
5, 10, and then 4 lightning. 1d4 lightning.
I hope your apple pie is freaking worth it.
And 1 lightning.
So how much piercing?
10 piercing, 1 lightning.
All right. Anything else from Jeffrey?
Got it!
What are you two
No.
doing over there?
Yes!
Okay.
No, I can't. I don't think I can
I'm
actually
doing it,
move.
Krabby Patty.
Like physically, will it
You
let
can.
me? Can I attempt to like move back there?
But only half movement.
So that's
Yeah,
still,
you're still-
that's still 10
Yep.
feet.
Just that's
I
the one
just
thing to
gotta be
remember.
behind
Is
Jeffrey.
it's always at half movement because the ground is moving underneath you. It makes it difficult.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even know if I could move. But
That brings us to Grug and Katie, and I have something to remind Jeffrey of. What was the number you rolled on your die?
Oh.
Oh,
19.
bummer. I forgot about it too.
Grug and Katie.
When you're not
Go ahead.
Alright,
I'm just gonna shuffle away.
I mean, I'm sliding towards
You
it,
are
so
5 feet closer to it.
I'm just gonna continue riding. That puts me right next to it.
Yeah, we're all on it now.
Definitely.
I want to try. I'm gonna pull out another thunder arrow, so I have one in each hand, and I want to taunt this thing and see if I can get it to eat me.
How are you going to taunt it?
I'm gonna kind of with my hand down here, you big ugly earthworm.
Okay.
I've seen prettier centipedes.
He
Look,
probably
I'm
only speaks Old
delicious.
Alright, do me a favor. And just for giggles,
Okay.
roll me a charisma intimidation.
And I'll translate into Old Common for you with advantage.
17.
Outstanding.
Please don't.
Can that count?
However, it does not seem to have an effect on a creature on this creature at the moment.
Is that my action or bonus action?
That's your bonus.
Thank you. Then I'm gonna try and stab it with a thunder arrow.
Go ahead.
Sheep Christmas shop. Oh my gosh.
That is a dirty 20.
Well, those do
Okay.
look nice.
I want to. Lift it up. Lift it up. Oh my gosh.
What do you want me to do for damage?
I just
Because I'm
have
holding
flat.
the arrow.
Okay.
D4.
Okay.
D4
stretched.
plus the
Lightning
elemental.
damage.
Okay.
Do you need to even it out and stretch out this one?
No.
You probably should actually. Otherwise, your body's gonna be out of whack.
My body's out of whack anyways.
Plus, it's funny.
That is 1 piercing and 2 thunder.
Alright.
Woohoo! You hit it.
Yay!
There, now do that. Now do that.
And then I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna hope that it will pay attention to me because I want it to eat me.
Okay.
Oh my.
Well, squishy bits are on the inside.
That's
I
fair.
will stop hacking away with my axe.
Roll to hit.
Copycat.
You just sounded like Goofy.
20 to hit.
Yes.
Good job.
Thanks. Where's my numbers? Numbers are hard.
I'm getting this card today. Wow.
Wait,
It's
do I have
a word.
good remember? No, I don't think I do. Shit.
I put what did we
I don't think I did.
What did
Never
we
mind.
to get?
No,
Okay,
you
so-
gave it to Jeffrey, but I
Yeah.
switched it because
My green
That's what it
doesn't
was.
have-
Okay, I remember writing it down. So,
because Jeffrey doesn't have a great
so
one.
8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And 3 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And then I will attack again.
Okay.
Ouch. Tabby's picking on me.
Good job, Krabby. Keep it up.
Ugh. That's only an 18.
And the second swing glances off of that carapace something serious.
And then for my bonus action, I will point my axe at him and blow him with fire. That sounded weird. But I'm still gonna do it. I'm blowing him with fire.
Do it.
Roll damage.
Okay.
Who let the fire out?
It really can't dodge.
Yeah, I was hoping that. So 8 points of fire damage.
Wow. More damage with your fire than you did
I
your
know.
weapon.
I know. Well, I rolled a 1 on my D12. The D12 is a pain in the ass.
Alright. This creature is now starting to appear agitated as
Shot point, anybody?
things are poking at it.
Poked.
Things are poking at it. And it
Either.
Depends on what I'm being close with.
New one?
alright.
Cody's. It would be a little bit
Kita.
taller, but
Yeah.
it should do.
Does a 22 hit?
Ouch.
Oof.
Every
Yeah.
time you do that, it reminds me of that meme I sent you.
It's
The
bad.
does
Yeah.
the third two hit?
Wait.
Wait.
I would have had to think into.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay.
I are rogue.
You're a rogue.
I are rogue.
Alright, so you take half of 22 damage.
Ouch.
I will not complain about that. So
And now I need a strength save.
That was good.
Especially
Gosh, darn
compared
it.
to this one.
Can I grab her by your ankles?
I'm probably okay. 21.
Yes. You feel as this thing bites down on you, the pincers stab into you, and you scoot just a little bit so it doesn't cause severe damage to you. And as it lifts up, you just barely manage to push yourself out of the pincers before you feel like it might have swallowed you.
Don't let it do that.
Kita,
Trying to.
it is now your actual turn, Kita.
Okay, and it's. Can we say that I moved 5 feet to the side? I'm kidding.
You are still prone, so you stand up.
I don't want to stand up.
Oh, shoot.
There's only one person standing up in the 2 people standing up in this fight right now.
I just have to remember who's prone and who's not.
Gotcha. Oh, did it? So it technically should have had advantage against me. But I mean, it
Well, that feels good.
Does it?
Yeah.
I need it to make a wisdom save as I cast Dissonant Whispers.
It rolled a 19 on the die.
What?
Dang it.
Good lord.
That's okay. It still takes half.
You're born.
I know. Well insulated.
Granted, you know what that 19 on the die gives it in total for its roll?
18.
Yeah.
So it takes half of 12, so 6.
Alright.
And then,
Knowing
Knowing that.
yes, and then, I am going to use my bonus action
I would not taste like a cupcake, Carly. Ash would not taste like a cupcake.
to,
Almost guarantee it.
No, one way to find out.
to
Ooh.
use
Cupcake that
Thunderwave
tastes
Light.
like spite.
What does
Thunderclap.
What does Grug taste like?
Okay.
Cantrip.
Oil.
And what save is that?
Poison sharpness.
Alright.
Constitution save, and I'm sorry, Greg, you needed to make a con save as well.
Oh my god.
And what is the DC to beat?
15.
Do I see you doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Does that work still?
I think black.
Is he within 5 feet of you?
Yeah.
Then yes, you would see it. But it's a con save, not a dex save, so you do not get advantage.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. So it's 16.
I have a question though,
I have
because
an
this is the
answer.
first time I've actually, well, no, not the first time I've cross class, but so like Thunderclap, it's one of those spells that scales as you level. So is that total player level?
Cantrips go by your player level.
Okay, so it would be
Oh, nice.
2d6.
Cantrips go by your player level, which is how you can be a 1st level warlock and a 5th level fighter and still get 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool.
So now, do I take half or do I take none because I rolled a 16?
You rolled a 16, so you would take half. Wait, no.
Is it a save or suck?
I think
I
it's a
think
saber.
your saber sucks.
It is a saber suck.
And I matched it.
And I beat you by 1. It was a good try though.
It was very good.
It was an intimidating little clap you did.
You still hear it?
Oh yeah.
That's true.
There's a loud boom that comes from her hands as she extends her hands from her back and goes,
And I look over.
And fucking mosquito.
Yeah.
Sorry.
and anything else from Kita?
That'll be it.
All
Yeah,
right.
no, it is a saber suck.
Okay. Ash and Jeffrey.
I'm going to go first.
You can do it.
I'm going to slide back down into.
Thank you, because now it's blackening.
Vicious.
I know, that's why
I
I'm going
appreciate-
first.
I appreciate that too, though.
And I'm going to swing at it with my scimitar. And since I'm flanking, I get advantage. And I got a nat 20.
Woo! Now I can start the other one. This is the big one.
Yes.
Oh, no, it is a saber suck.
I don't
6.
Most
12.
cantrips are.
think anything.
17.
17 points of damage. As
Don't get
you
double
manage.
I did. I got a 6.
Did you double the lightning or the?
Oh, I haven't rolled the lightning yet.
But wait, there's
More!
more.
So 8.
25 damage.
Nice.
Nice.
As you manage to swing and just right as it bends down, turning, you catch right between 2 of the plates. And it does not seem to like that very much.
Krabby, that's amazing, and I will use that.
And I'm going to stay there for my party's benefit.
Okay. Ash.
I'm going to swing again with my sword.
Nice.
That's much better.
That's a good hit.
23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Right?
Because you're still what level? You're level 3?
Level 4.
4.
And I'm going to do.
And I could have critted last time too if I would have.
I know.
Damn it.
I always forget the improved crit. That's why I don't like doing fighter.
I like that all 3 of my characters are different so that I can learn.
7
Which one I
points
really
of magical
like.
slashing. And 4 points of lightning.
Nice.
11 points of damage.
Again.
No,
No, and then
I'm going to do it again.
Rip.
I wish I had improved critical. It's a 19 on the die.
Okay. That'll hit.
And same flavor. 9 points of slashing and 2 points of lightning.
Another 11 damage.
Yep.
Alright.
That's a very good point, Krabby. That makes no sense.
Which brings us to Grug and Katie.
go ahead.
Right, I'm going to keep swinging then. Very good. 20 slots.
20 slots.
20 slots to hit.
Alright.
With the balls. I'm going to go back to a great sword. So,
Yeah.
6 points of slashing damage again.
Okay.
4 points of radiant.
6 slashing, 4 radiant. 10 damage.
And then I'm going to do again.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Thank you.
That's not a 1.
It's not a 1. So that's much
Is that
better.
a 6 or a 9?
That's a 9. Oh, sorry. So 16 points of slashing damage
Nice.
and 3 points of radiant. And then I'm going to bonus action fire him again. I'm going to eat worm tonight.
Ew. That's disgusting.
You want some?
Should ask Cody about that.
Is it not going to? Okay. Oh, it's not very good. That's only 5 points of damage.
I'm not a break. It's not a recent thing they've done.
No,
Alright.
Americans.
Yeah.
I tried to eat worms.
The only time
Katie.
it'd be a recent.
Yeah.
The only reason I'd do
All
a
right.
recent
Well,
one is-
I'm going to.
I ruined my mom's frying pan with a whole bunch of worms when I was about 5. She threw it away.
I am going
She couldn't
to
read them
try
all, so I didn't
and
get it out of her
stab it with my dagger
Okay.
because I have an arrow in my other hand, but I'm just holding on to.
It makes you feel better.
Oh, make it smell.
They had
Yeah,
those
I still have the dang
old
thing to swallow
wood
me.
Stove things that like have wood and then the cooked.
Oh, it's a crit!
Nice.
Woo!
See if you double crit.
Yeah, you have advantage.
See if you double
Oh.
crit. Double crit.
Oh.
Darn.
Can I bonus action rage? First. Thank you. Nice. That's only 14 damage, but still,
Better than not.
with the dagger. And then, yeah. Ah!
Alright. As you guys just did this, there is a shudder that goes through the creature as its body lifts up again and drops straight back down into the ground.
Boy.
And
Who did
all
not-
you can see in this pit is a gaping maw.
Who did not get up to their feet?
Who is prone? I need
I thought you
all
got
of the.
up.
No.
She didn't make it.
Oh.
I need
Was that
all
the
3
first
of you
one?
who are prone to now make me a strength save.
Oh. Do you get advantage because you're raging?
Yeah, but I don't think I need it.
Okay, I'm just asking. Sorry, I
Oh,
can't see what you're
no.
She had a
20 lots.
What'd you get?
23.
Ash
10.
and Kita.
13.
Outstanding. You watch as Ash and Kita both disappear into the gullet.
Can I choose to fail the save?
Yes.
Okay, I choose to fail the save.
Okay. So the three of you wind up down in the gullet of this creature.
Well, alright, Jeffrey, time to go. Let's get out of here.
The two of you are capable at the moment of not falling in. However, I do need the both of you to make a dexterity save.
Do I see this?
Can I use a reaction?
Yes.
Oh, nat 20. Alright. So 24.
15.
Your reaction was trying not to fall in.
Oh, okay.
15.
24.
The both of you managed to keep your feet. And
Let's just leave.
with that being said, the
I
three
can
of
have
you
one.
are now considered
3 candles.
swallowed.
Okay.
You are restrained.
Ew.
You are blind. And you are, for all intents and purposes, grappled. In a manner of speaking, grappled.
So even though I'm tiny and the mouth is huge, I'm...
You are restrained and blind.
Okay. That's cool.
As you are now swallowed by this creature, and the internal organs go and start pushing you down into its belly.
Oh, perfect. I'm okay with that. I hold my breath.
You're gonna have to.
I hold my breath.
Yeah, it's less than breath.
Because
Everybody
I
else is
chose to fail, so I'm like...
Kita,
Yeah.
I think I would have guessed.
you are blind.
Yep.
You can feel the muscles of this creature's insides pulsing against you as it's swallowing you slowly but surely. What do you do?
Oh boy. Can I stab it with a dagger?
This will be
You
great
can
when we know
attempt
what
to.
they're talking about.
However, it is at disadvantage.
Cool.
But we have it flanked?
Okay, that
It
is
is not flanked from the inside.
not.
She is underground at this point in time. There is no flank.
That would be a 12.
That would be a 12. That would not be a successful hit.
Even from the inside?
Correct.
Okay.
You are
Then-
not quite capable of maneuvering enough to get a good blow on it. To get a good strike on it, I should
We
say.
just, our innuendos tonight are just through the roof. It's crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna use my bonus action and try again.
Okay.
Bonus action high.
Yeah, here's my bonus action high.
He'll never
It's
know
still at
I'm here.
disadvantage, right?
Yes.
That's better. That's a 18.
That will connect
Cool.
with the soft parts of the inside of the creature.
Cool. And it is with a magical dagger, so
I understand.
okay.
Nice.
So that's 4, and I don't get my dex mod, right?
Correct.
But I still get the +1 because it's magical.
Yes.
Okay, so 5 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
5.
Yeah.
Cool. Now give me half a second here. I have to double check something.
We will wait patiently.
Thank you. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah,
Well,
but they
keep-
need
keep
that.
it.
Those three need to
Yeah,
hold their
it's
breath.
a key to hold your breath. I still think we should just leave. Well, it's what the gods intended. Let's get out of here, Jeffrey.
Cool. I stopped right at 40 stitches.
Damn.
Yeah, I wasn't counting. I'm like, yeah, that feels about right.
After you do it enough times, it probably gets way easier to kind of guesstimate.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay.
You start to feel, this is going to be huge, Darian.
That's fine with me. I mean, it's got to be bigger than your crown bag.
It might be...
And you take 12 points of acid
I'm going to do
damage
5 more.
Ouch.
from the intestinal
But it'll
juices.
stretch.
12 points.
12.
Ouchie.
Yeah, that's.
It'll hold way
Because
more.
this thing does not stretch.
That's
Ash.
This will.
Ash,
Yes.
you are inside the belly of the beast. Jeffrey, you're
Can I-
staring at the maw of the beast.
So there's nothing to swing at.
Not really. You got a couple of pincers that are sticking out.
I was gonna say, is it too deep to hit from?
For lack
If
of
we're
better
right on the edge, can we shoot it with an arrow?
for
Can I
lack
see
of
down
better
to-
terms, it's countersunk.
Okay.
So I mean, you can see right down into the maw of this
Yeah,
thing,
I got
but
you.
there's no body. You got the two large pincers that are sticking up, and maybe a few little jagged teeth. But you're looking at a gaping hole in the ground.
Then I'm gonna hold my action until it pops back up, and then I'm gonna swing with my scimitar.
I want a ray of frost.
Yes.
Okay.
Roll the hit.
That's. I hate it when you do that, by the way. Was my hook.
Mine and
Oh,
Singer.
wow.
There's a hook.
You
Yeah.
launch your ray of frost, and unfortunately, the angle that you are at, your ray of frost is not successful in hitting anything vital.
I'm just trying to hit the inside of it. I'm not going for anything vital at this point. I'm just trying to get out.
So it does not, at this point in time, cause any damage.
And do it again.
Okay.
Do again.
That's looking better. 20.
That'll definitely hit something vital.
Yeah. 9 points of cold.
9 points of cold. Math is up. Alright. Okay. And that brings us to Grug and Katie.
You wanna do your thing?
I'm going to.
Remind me again. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Remind me again.
Oh, shoot. You also take 13 points of acid damage.
Okay. Remind me again. About the whole, like, can you cast a cantrip as your bonus action after you cast it as an action as well?
No.
Okay.
Because you would have had 3 cantrips, then you mean?
I would have
Yeah,
had
makes
3.
sense. I gotcha.
Because I have extra attack.
Want to stab it with my arrow, my
Oh,
thunder
yeah.
arrow. A lot. That's 18 if I don't have proficiency, 20 something if I do.
That hits.
Alright?
1d4 plus lightning damage.
Yep, and I'm raging.
Wow.
4 damage total.
You rolled 2 ones.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oof, da.
And then I'm going to use my extra attack
Okay.
and stab it with my dagger.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, could you stab it again with the same arrow? Or does it discharge its lightning and...
Hey, Miss
Miss
Fatal
Fatal
Pillow.
Pillow.
Hey,
yeah.
Miss Phil, hello! Miss you.
And there's a
And
nat 20 on the table.
Can't take that nat 20. I did already roll,
Sure,
so.
why not?
Really?
Why
I
not?
love you too. Okay, I will use.
Because I don't know when it was sent, so I don't know where it was on the whole.
Hey, Fuzzomatic!
Fuzzomatic gaming.
So that's gonna be
So is there a lot of static electricity in your games?
5, 6. That's 9 more damage with my dagger.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna action surge. And I'm gonna stab it with my dagger again. Fudge. That's only a 7.
Yeah, this time you don't get a good angle on it.
Okay, and then I'm going to extra attack it.
Yep.
And that is an 18.
That will make contact.
And 7. Oh, it should have done 3 more with my nat. That's okay. 7. That's dumb. I didn't add my dex.
1.
And a no nat 1. Thank you, Allie.
Thank you.
It's got that.
I mean, I'm just going to town because that was my plan, is get inside and hurt it.
How's it look?
It looks buried. You take 10 points of acid damage, by the way, Katie.
All right.
Question for the DM about potions. Does it take an action to take grab and take a potion?
Bonus action.
Bonus action?
To quaff a potion.
Okay. I don't get a sense of how this thing's doing just by looking at it. Okay.
No, it's too far buried for you to see any real
Okay. I will
indicators.
chug my potion of Storm Giant Strength that I've been hanging on to forever,
Ooh.
Okay.
which bumps my strength up to 27.
Nice.
Grug picks up the worm
And then
checkpoint style.
and then I will jump in the hole after the worm
Jeffrey's eyes just got this
with
big.
my axe swinging as I go. If I can.
Well, they hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Reckless.
Yay.
Well, they hit with
Jeffrey's like-
advantage.
20 lots.
Okay.
Yep,
that
we
hits.
made it safe and got everything moved in.
In fact, if I do 27, it's almost 30. Anyways. I don't know why I keep throwing those dice right in front of me.
Because they're right in front of you.
Yeah. So 5, 6, 7, 12, 13, 14, 15 points of slashing damage. 2 points of radiant. Can I do it again?
Well, yeah, if you have an extra attack.
Which I did.
This one will be a disadvantage, however.
This is a disadvantage? Okay.
Unless, of course, you
With
roll
reckless,
recklessly
so
to do
straight.
normal.
Straight roll. Nice. 24.
Woo!
What is up, Mr. Jacob?
Ayo!
So 10, 12. 15 points of slashing damage. And 1 itty bitty little point of radiant damage.
You know, you guys managed to, in this one turn, between the 5 of you, do enough damage that on this creature's turn it bursts forth from the sand. Roll to hit.
I get to go.
Roller coaster
Shiny.
ride.
Jeffrey, do it.
Wait.
No, Jeffrey.
Oh, sorry.
So he was
11.
holding his action.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
5 is 16.
16 does not hit. Does not break through the carapace. But you watch as this thing bursts forth from the ground.
I mean, he goes.
And as it does, it leans over, and all 4 of you are disgorged,
We were
covered
not a good
in
snack.
ant bile
I
in the
would-
sand.
Blech.
At least we're alive.
I didn't want to get spit up though.
However,
Do I take any acid damage then?
no, because you weren't in there for an entire turn. You dove in on your own, so before you actually took acid damage, it
We're probably taking damage from being spewed out though, I imagine. Really? Cool. Nice
does,
idea,
however, attack. And we'll see which one.
Me.
That's still looking like
Nope, it's going after Tita again. It likes Tita for some
Really?
reason.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm rolling on random.
Owie.
Yeah, no, he's been picking on you.
I know.
We hate sun too.
A dirty 20.
Owie.
I need you to roll a strength save.
He just picked me back up.
Doesn't mean he won't pick you back up.
19.
As you take 16 points of piercing damage.
You're his temple cat!
Oh god.
As you take 16
She's
points
the
of
worst
damage,
temple cat.
and you manage to roll just right so that it does not pick you up and swallow you yet again.
Can I do the uncanny dodge?
Is there a limit on it?
It says. Hold on.
I think it's once per round.
Around.
Yeah. Well, it says when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the damage.
And you get a reaction around. Nice.
Haha. So 8, right?
Correct. And it is now Kita's turn again.
Ha! Ha
You are prone, covered in ant bile and sand.
That's okay.
Why are you laughing?
That's okay. I got
She's
this, guys.
alive.
That's
I
fair.
got this, guys. Is there anybody within 5 feet of me?
Everybody.
Everybody, I think.
That's fine.
The 4 of them are all within 5
Is
feet
it-
of you.
yeah.
Jeffrey, I'm not quite sure.
Well, I'm here. Depends on where he puked us
Yeah,
out.
which way did he spit us?
We'll say opposite you.
Okay.
Okay, so,
So,
you
yeah, just
guys
push
are
us
all over
around.
there.
But we have it flanked.
Hey!
Very
yeah.
flanked.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stab at him.
because I'm here all by myself.
All by myself.
11.
11 does not make it through.
No.
GM advantage is on cooldown. Thank you for the attempt, though.
Teacher's pet.
Wait, DM advantage is on cooldown?
It shouldn't be. No, it was.
Miss Fatal Pillow tossed it out, didn't she?
Oh, did she?
No,
I
she
know.
got nat 20 and no nat 1. Give it wasn't quite
You
typed
missed-
right.
Yeah, you missed the D.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Give
give
DM
DM
advantage.
advantage.
So you have advantage.
No.
Give mad disadvantage. Yep.
Yeah, the autocorrect is killer today.
It is very much killer.
The autocorrect on our own mouths is killer.
That's
Right?
fair.
Anything else from our... No, you cannot give me disadvantage.
You can't give player
You
disadvantage.
can give
No.
player... No, not
No.
anymore. I removed
Oh,
that.
you got rid of it?
Yep.
Yeah, that was discussed at the meeting that you
Nobody
When did I miss a meeting?
lad...
last
2.5
month.
months ago.
Oh, the Applebee's thing, yeah. My mom was in town. That's right.
Oh, that's
But yeah, that one was removed because
We've
nobody
another
was
coming
using
up
it.
too. I'll send you dates.
Okay. I won't be at home playing a video game or anything, I promise.
Anywho, the next person on the list, Ash and
Well,
Jeffrey.
people quit right now for that.
Ash, you are prone.
I
Jeffrey, you are not.
He's not wrong.
Right?
You can go first, since I'm in the right spot.
Krabby, I just want you to know I still love you.
swinging with the longsword.
Alright.
Oh, hey Kiwi. The
22.
race is
That was
Joe's. Okay.
Get it. I want to eat worm for dinner.
8
Yeah.
points of magical
Hold on.
slashing, 3 points. Lightning.
So, I need everyone that's on the ground prone to roll the dexterity save at disadvantage.
Do I see it coming?
Yeah. Sweetheart. Sweetheart.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Did you get both sides?
Yes.
Dexterity
Wow.
save at disadvantage.
Halfling luck.
Including
Okay.
me?
Anybody
Oh,
who is disgorged from the worm.
Yeah, it's the 4 of us.
Okay.
At disadvantage?
Yep.
Cool. Oh. 11.
Ash,
Dexterity?
save.
Or 8. 8. Wow.
19.
4 and 4 is 8.
Alright. The two of you take half damage.
Two
As
of who?
the two that made
Okay.
the high rolls take half damage
Well, I
as
didn't hear his roll. I
Ash's
was mumbling. Sorry.
Ash's damage is enough to kill the creature and
Nice.
its 15 feet fall.
Oh.
It's alright. We'll dig you out.
Yeah!
Oh wow, did I roll low? You guys are lucky. 16 points of damage.
That's it?
I rolled low. That was 4d10 and I rolled 16.
So half for dex and then half for raging. So I take 4.
Yeah, it's bludgeoning. There, you got your disadvantage.
Yeah, Fuzzomatic, that's typically a theme with my characters.
Alright.
I think I've been compared to Will Wheaton a couple times.
Once or twice, yeah.
Except for Ori. Oh, wait. She's
Except for-
dead.
Oh,
Wow.
Ouch.
brutal.
Welcome to Dragons in the Dining Room, where we all actually hate each other.
No. I'm
And
really nice to people I don't like.
you
Oh,
have
that's fair.
successfully defeated.
You worked with me, you know this.
That's true.
You have successfully defeated the antlion.
Yay!
Victory!
Woohoo!
Aw, thank you.
I'm gonna
for
check
saying
its
hello.
pockets.
It's pockets. It's an antlion.
I'm gonna make sure that I have all of my weapons.
The arrows that you were using
Mm-hmm.
to stab it with and shoot it with are all destroyed
Kind of, yeah,
It's hard outside.
and buried itself in the sand.
yeah.
So I didn't drop any weapons on purpose.
Okay,
Cause
I took
sand.
that giant potion. That sucks. Oh.
What about
Use it.
Humpernickel?
I mean, true, it's good for an hour, but still.
The camels were also disgorged.
Wait,
They
what?
got swallowed?
The ones that fell were swallowed when it
mine
went
and-
under with you guys as well.
Oh, you
that's-
never said.
I know I never
Okay.
said it, but they're not dead. They just got disgorged.
Okay,
Slimy camel do do do
Yeah.
do do
That one
slimy
was-
camel.
I might give him a
Sorry.
rub down with sand to get
It
the.
is now covered in sand.
Is a slimy
Well, like-
sandy camel.
It's a viscous material.
Right, and I use the sand to soak it up so it can be wiped away.
It doesn't quite work that way.
Huh.
But that's how you clean
Just-
up vomit.
I know. Just.
In hair?
Yes. Because
And
once
I
it
mean,
dries,
because
then
the
you can
vomit it coagulates and it so it
soaks
can be
in, and
easily
then once
removed.
it dries, you just.
And what are you going to get the sand
Why,
out with?
why are we talking about
You
this?
don't need to get the sand out because
That
once
might
it
be
dries,
dry.
you just
Why are
shake
we-
it
why
and
are we talking
you
about
shake
this?
it off. Do do do.
Shake it off.
Shake it off. Do do do.
Felipe's handing the bells. So.
No, Felipe
Just-
made it because he's
Yeah,
smart.
it doesn't matter. There's no pertinence to the game story. Just yeah.
Okay.
So anything in its pockets,
It has no pockets.
I'm gonna keep
It
checking.
wouldn't be eating people if it was happy, and if you have pockets in your outfit,
Maybe it's got something
you're happy.
inside.
It's got acid in there. I don't want to go in there. I will lift the worm off of Ash.
Thank
Oh,
you.
the sand being what it is, you can extricate yourselves with easily enough.
Okay.
It did not cause anything more than some serious bruising.
Once it's off, I'm just gonna literally be like, ow,
That was super fun.
that hurt.
Is there anything on a sandworm
gonna
that's
take forever.
valuable? Or whatever these are called, sand lion?
Dude, this is musical dragons in the dining room.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes it is.
That was.
Like almost every game.
Every game, pretty much. Is there anything valuable on a sand lion? I don't know.
No,
Teeth
it's
are-
just a giant insect.
Bummer.
Well,
I'm going
that was
to,
that.
That was fun.
I'm going to
Ooh, you
cast
collect
Cure
the
Wounds on
mandible.
myself.
Wait, that wasn't there.
I would
We're the
prefer.
man Thanders.
I would prefer you don't, Jacob.
The man Thanders. Oh god, I forgot about that.
The man
I thought
Thanders.
we need to collect the mandible. Oh wait.
Oh, God.
Wrong.
Okay, right. Well, then I want to get on my soggy camel,
Hold on.
and I want to start riding on in the direction we were going.
Alright, so it takes a little bit of time to get out of these antlion's pit.
Does anyone want to sit here for an hour for whatever reason?
We probably should, but I don't want to.
Okay,
Wow.
good.
We should. Okay, yeah, we'll take a short rest. Probably like
Oh,
At least we'll know
Crap.
it's safe. There's
Yeah.
not going to be anything around this thing.
right.
Alright, so you guys take a short rest, use your hit dice as you see fit, recover anything that comes back on a short rest.
oh.
That works.
14.
Also take inventory of the fact that those of you who were being digested, some of your clothing has become much more tattered.
How ironic.
All right.
I'm not wearing clothing.
Your skin becomes much more tattered.
I didn't go inside.
Oh, I thought I was going to have to pull them out. That's why I did it. So
It's all right. Okay.
I don't have enough strength
by
to
the
pull
way-
any of them out.
It's called a sarlacc.
It's true.
It's not a snorlax.
The
It's a
Snorlax?
sarlacc.
Oh.
You're the one who said Snorlax.
I know. I'm just making sure that you guys understand. I know the difference.
Okay.
Do you?
He had
It's
time to
Boba
Google
Fett's
it.
new home.
Ouch. Too soon.
But
45 years too soon.
I know, right? So you guys extricate yourself from the antlion's pit an hour later, and you continue your travels throughout the day. And travel goes well. You are about 2 days away from the city.
In the city.
You have not caught up with your quarry.
These guys are BS, man. I hate them. They're moving so fast.
Right?
How fast does a camel go?
I don't
Not
know.
fast enough.
Do we need 6s again?
Well, I'm wondering if you guys want to do anything now that you are closing in on town. Are you guys doing anything in particular? Any discussions?
Do we see smoke coming from the town at all? Is there
You don't
anything
even see
weird?
the town.
Okay.
You're
We
two
should
and a
come
half-
up with a
You're
plan.
2.5, 3 days away.
It's a good idea to come up with a plan.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I thought you just said we were a day outside of town.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright,
Let's assume that all 8 of these guys are in town now, right?
probably.
We told the first 4 to check in with Soda. We're gonna go check in with Soda again? It seems only
Wrong
logical.
city.
Wrong city.
Oh, I thought we sent them to.
No, we're going to the Sultan. We're going to the Sultan. We're chasing after a different group.
The groups went 2 different directions. The first group we ran into before we got to the monastery, we sent back to our city. Then we followed the second group because they were closer and we should have caught them.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Both groups went west.
No.
One group went to the city with Soda in it.
Good scene.
Oh. So which way
To
are we
the
headed?
east.
My mistake. I thought
You guys,
To
both groups went the same way.
they were going.
Casinos
The
are-
first group was going east. The
Yes.
second group went west.
Okay.
You guys followed the group that went west.
Oh, okay.
So we should probably let the Sultan know what's going on, do you think?
Yeah, I think
Well,
we should go.
can we trust the Sultan? I mean, he hasn't given us reason not to.
I don't know, he was pretty nice to us when we were here last time.
I wouldn't mind a bath. Alright, well let's go let him know everything that we found out.
I'm sure you wouldn't mind a bath.
You don't know what happened in the baths.
I'm pretty sure you told us.
It
Or at least
was
you told her.
hinted at. You didn't go into
Oh.
detail, but you you
Jealous.
insinuated.
Okay, well I still wouldn't mind. There's a table there.
Honey.
Oh shoot!
Bang.
I just unplugged the internet.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Like the router got unplugged somehow.
Wait. Oops.
That's not good.
There's a table there.
Oh shoot!
I hate it when that happens.
We'll give it a moment here.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to. You're probably gonna have to relaunch and everything.
So,
We'll find out.
well, yeah, I would say otherwise, if we can get it figured out, do we want to let
Well, it should
people?
only take just a moment. I went and grabbed the router, went to move it, and all of a sudden,
It happens.
welcome to Dragons in the
Oh,
Dining Room.
wait, no.
Well,
Okay.
it's supposed to have a little tab in it that keeps it from popping out.
Yeah, this one doesn't. Oh no, the power cable.
Oh.
Not the internet
Oh.
cable, the power
Got it.
cable.
Are they gonna like?
Technically difficult.
Are they gonna
I
like
think I'm gonna have to hide.
goblins in this? Too?
Hey, I see us.
Yay, we're back. Yay.
Oh, what'd you do, Loxy?
Sorry about that, folks. I
It wasn't me.
accidentally unplugged the router.
It was Thaco.
Yep, that was all my fault. Sorry about that.
And Twisted, to answer your question, whatever is nearest you.
Right.
As long as it doesn't get you in trouble.
Okay.
Or do it because it gets you.
So,
in trouble.
you
Please grab
guys,
the nearest flotation devices.
you guys are discussing a plan.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to the Sultan.
Okay. Everybody roll me a d6.
And we decided we're gonna be honest and upfront with him, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody roll me a d6.
Sorry. It's game related.
Anybody know one?
No.
Oh, good. Yes, you can hold your favorite adventurer. If
Wait,
they
who
float.
is the favorite adventurer?
If they float. So you guys make it through
I don't know, I'm just guessing.
the day after your fight with the antlion just fine. There are still the tracks that you're seeing and following of the 2 parallel lines.
It's a blue whale.
One more set of d6s.
I'm certain of it.
I don't ever
Oh,
want to
jeez,
know
that
who
is
the favorites
definitely
are.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
I don't think you could have got Mountain.
And we got a 1.
Yeah.
You guys are 2 days out from the city on the second day. Halfway through the day, as you guys are making your way about,
Making our way downtown.
Walking
I
fast.
need everybody
fast.
to roll a perception.
I am not very perceivable.
That is literally like the third two I've rolled tonight. And the fifth two I've
You
gotten
are
tonight.
100% better than Will Wheaton, though.
Oh yeah, because he kept rolling ones.
He only rolls one.
No,
That's just giving you patience, Twisted.
I never rolled twos until Krabby said all I roll is twos.
Right.
Leadfoot.
What'd you get? What do I got?
18.
18.
20 lots.
21.
It was perception, right?
Yeah.
Passive 14.
A 1.
Okay.
Well, I got a 2, but I have minus 1.
Minus 1.
All right. Loxy.
Yeah.
Mirror.
Yeah.
So a bright pink colored Cadillac Twiz? That sounds,
That sounds horrifying.
yeah, a little
I've
bit.
seen that one.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
While they're
It's
doing that,
heading
thank you for joining us, everybody.
Yeah.
Can I make an educated guess that it's...
We love having you here.
That's your information. Go sit down and do what you do.
Look over there, you guys. Look, look, look. It's a giant red flappy flap. Look. Look.
Giant red. I'm gonna look where
How far away is
she's.
it?
Get
You guys don't see it.
educated guess. Do I think it was another dragon?
I don't know. Do you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I think it was a dragon. It was bright red and it was like, and it was going that way. And I point north.
You guys can't see it. It's already gone.
I saw it. I know I
Which-
did. It wasn't so. It wasn't the.
I'm gonna check my sister for a heat stroke.
Which direction was it flying?
Did you really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm sorry. From which direction could you tell?
Did you see which way it was coming
I
from?
think-
From the sea.
Where did you see the Pepto car?
Because there's the one
It was
here
a-
in town.
I know
No,
whose
no.
it is.
It wasn't that one. This was like in a bright neon pink SUV.
Oh.
And like you could see it from like a mile away. We're like, what the?
Okay, because we've got the Pepto car around here, and that's one of the locals from Primo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, this was like. I know what I saw
From which direction was it coming? Could you tell?
from the city, headed north.
Oh no. We're probably
Well-
gonna get to the city and it's gonna be burned down then.
Let's double time it to the city.
Yep.
Maybe there's still a city left in the city.
But it's
All right.
who's crazy is Mooney Nutso.
I think he means me.
Does that mean that the
Probably
dragon hitting the city was from year 1? Is that what that means?
Cause the city to be burned down.
Dracarys.
Because that's brutal.
All right. You are a day away. I need D6s from everybody one last time.
Not it.
Not it.
All right. So your last day of travel goes by just fine. As you start to approach the city of North, you, with a bit of apprehension because of what Katie had explained, are watching very closely for any signs of troubles in the city. And absolutely nothing seems amiss.
That's good news.
You see, as a matter of fact, a number of caravans entering the city. And by a number, the last time you showed up, thank you, there were probably about a half a dozen wagons that were showing up, and at least half of them were slavers' wagons. As you approach here, you can see 10 or so, quite a few more wagons that are entering. And again, only 3 of them seem to be slavers' wagons. The rest of these seem to be carrying, seem to be covered, but very heavily laden with something. What?
Toilet
Is it
paper.
toilet paper?
No.
Topical.
They seem very heavily laden, and they are moving slow, but they are all entering the city. The guards on the outside of town seem to have increased a little bit. And the city seems to be just as busy, even from this distance, as you recall. Are the Sith back again?
Nope, I'm hiding.
We're wondering
It's-
how
it's-
they're going to treat
I was on
goblins in the
vacation.
city.
And we'll put you guys about 6 hours, out of town.
We'll give you a bandana and tie around your face too, so you look like a train robber.
Every time you crest one of the higher dunes, you can see stuff moving about in the front of the city.
I'm also gonna pull my hood up.
I have a disguise kit. Can I disguise Jeffrey as a halfling?
You can attempt to.
Will you let me? Okay, what do I roll for that?
Deception.
Disgrace.
Okay,
That's
not bad. 17.
Alright. Mark that down on your piece of paper. 17 disguise.
We need lives.
Because there's no way on God's green earth I'm going to remember that with all the other stuff going on in my head.
You must.
Remember, Joe.
I'm working on it. Alright. So you guys are, again, you're about 6 hours out of town, cresting some of the dunes. You can see all this stuff moving on. What do you guys plan to do as you start approaching town?
I want to make sure I have my symbol from the Sultan. The seal of the Sultan.
The Theolisal?
Seal. The
Seal?
seal of the Sultan. Seal of the Sultan. Gosh darn it, you were raised as me, don't you know how I speak? It was the seal of the
I was
Sultan.
raised as you.
Just shut. It's been. I'm
One
not
week since you looked at me.
You started it, honey.
The Chinese chicken. Have a drumstick and your brain starts ticking. Watching X-Files in the lights on. We're going to the Sultan.
Are you gonna
Smoking
get back
man's
in
in
my
this
backpack?
one.
You want to get back in my backpack?
Hey, Weezy.
Hey,
What is up, Mr.
Weezy.
Weezy? It's not the end of the stream and you're here.
Hello.
Hey!
Although
It's just a time to go to break.
Oh, alright. So actually, yeah, that's a very good cue. Sorry, Wheezy.
Oh, we love you, Weezy.
It is break time. We'll be back in about 30 minutes. We're going to grab food, drink, things like that. And when we come back, we're going to see what these fine folks do in the city of Noth and the crazy things that are starting to happen around town, the world. We'll be back in a bit. Thank you for joining us.
Guys.
See ya.
Catch you.
Bye.
Bye.
Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to Dragons in the Dining Room.
Yay.
If you hadn't noticed, we got raided just a little while ago, and we all know what that means when we get raided. That means goblins.
Yay, gobos.
So big shout out to Z&Z Games. Thank you very much for the raid. Raid? Oh no! Where'd it go? Get back here. There we go. Alright, so, Ms. Darian. Grab those guys. So as you guys are making your way in toward town, you crest one of the many sand dunes that are between you and the other group, or the city.
Yeah.
And as you do, you notice there is a shifting in one of the dunes. About halfway between you and the city.
Hey, Jaded, thank you.
Hey Jaded, thank you muchly. About halfway between you and the city, you watch as one of the dunes bursts forth, a spray of sand going everywhere, and 5 creatures, much similar to that of Jeffrey, burst forth from the sand dune and start charging toward one of the wagons that is approaching the city.
That's not
And you all notice that the wagon that's being charged at is very similar to the ones that you first entered the city with.
Slave wagons.
Let it happen.
The assholes were innocent. Or the slaves. Not
Wow.
Good morning! Let's go! I clap my heels to Humpernickel and we go rescue the slaves.
You're going to go rescue the slaves?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Dragons in the dunes. They are very much dragons in the dunes at the moment. So, in this situation, you watch as...
That's my text tone.
No, I wish it was. It is not a real accent.
No, not a real accent. And seeing as you're still with us, you get to make a choice for us. One of these goblins has something special and unique about it. What is that special and unique thing? As an example, we've had goblins running around with spatulas.
Hey, Z&Z.
What's up, Z&Z?
We can make the goblin noises.
We'll make goblin noises in a bit.
Aw. We'll make the goblin noises.
Z&Z, you too. If you've got something goofy or strange that you want.
Huge boil on
I'm so glad you like that. It was, as I put it to Reppin, I'm sitting there staring at your logo for about an hour going, what can I do to make this unique? And that's what I came up with. So I'm very happy that you liked it.
That's awesome. It's a big boil.
Alright, so one of the gobos has
Is it a talking
boil.
boil?
What's that?
Is it a talking boil?
No, it is not a talking boil.
Ugh.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And if you want a copy of it,
Really?
let me know.
Okay.
I'll send it to you. Otherwise, just steal it from wherever I have it posted right now. I don't remember if that was on Twitter or...
Sure.
Was it on Twitter? Yeah, you can steal it from me. I don't care. It's yours.
Let's go save the slaves, shall we?
You guys go running towards the slaves, and you notice one of them is running really weird.
How
Almost
awful
kinda-
lopsided.
Kind of loping a little bit.
Alright.
And what are the rest of y'all doing? Alright,
Following,
so
I
the
guess.
entire group, Spurs, you guys aren't wearing spurs.
We just clapped our heels to the camel's flanks.
Well, for lack of better term, you spur your camels on.
Can we reach the flanks?
You guys can't.
My
You have
Let's go, Humpernickel!
Actually, I don't know.
No.
That's not a new shirt.
No. Is there
Yes,
something-
Humpernickel is
Is there
what
something wrong with my shirt?
No, I think it's the way you have your sweater.
Oh.
because it's
Humpernickel is the name of my wife's camel.
Yeah, he's a camel and he likes pumpernickel bread, so I named him Humpernickel.
And that's a thing now.
Yeah, that's why.
That's a thing now. These are the goofy shenanigans. Yeah. So, you guys start charging forward, and as you, I want to know your headcanon, but not on stream.
ZNZ's headcanon was probably close to where mine was.
Right?
So,
As you guys start closing the distance on these goblins as they're racing towards the slave wagon, you realize you are not going to make it there before the goblins attack. Go ahead and try.
ha! 24 to hit!
Alright, which one are you aiming at?
I'm aiming for the lopsided one.
You're aiming for the one that's loping all
Yeah!
strange. Alright,
go for the game.
so you roll and your shot is true.
Perfect. Ooh! That is 9.
9 damage. And with that, we will now do initiative.
Oh, really? Why? Why for the initiative?
Oh shoot.
Right.
Sweetheart,
Yeah. That was a very failed dex on
that
my
was
part.
no, for me. I need
Oh. Well, fine.
because I have
Okay.
previous initiative that I need to clear. Are any of the other of you going to do something?
We're how far away?
You are actually you would be rolling at disadvantage.
And I think Krabby was referring to Grub being gone.
I do too.
Just to throw that out there.
You would actually be rolling at disadvantage. I'm sorry. You guys are quite a distance away.
So we're rolling initiative at disadvantage?
No, you're rolling your attack at
Oh.
disadvantage. because
Well,
of
my
the
next
distance.
roll would have been 20.
So that means your lowest roll was
24.
okay. So that is
So you still smoked them.
I smoked him good. I love how we never wanted to eat on stream and now we're like, screw it, it's food.
Yeah, I was
See?
gonna say.
I didn't.
After the 24-hour stream, especially, it was just like, you know what?
all right. So I got those guys down. Now I need Katie.
Yeah. For initiative?
Yep.
I saw 23. It's Katie, I'm a halfling, and I got an axe. That's my
Jeffrey?
sister. She's adopted.
16. Kita.
26.
Right, ZNZ. How are you faster than me?
Because swashbuckler.
Add charisma to initiative.
8.
That's how I feel about that.
So I get a +9 to my initiative.
All right. So you let loose your arrow, and you manage to strike one. It doesn't. Yeah, pretty much. You kind of just go, F it, I'm hungry. Guess what? Food.
Well, to be fair, it's my dining room.
Right.
So we're just doing what dragons do in a dining room.
Right, we eat. And from there, we will move on to you guys are approaching. You guys are roughly,
That too, Krabby. That too.
roughly 600 feet away
Mm-hmm.
from these goblins and closing. You notice that these goblins are now encircling the slave wagon, and you see at least one of them is going after one of the horses. You see that there are only 2 people on the wagon trying to defend against these 5 goblins, and they are climbing on top of the wagon so that they have a height
Yeah.
advantage.
They have the high ground.
And all they're using is slings. They don't have bows. They're using slings. And they're keeping the goblins at bay, but it doesn't seem that they're doing too much damage to them. As a matter of fact, it doesn't seem like they're good shots with their slings.
Awesome.
And as you close to about 300 feet, we're going to kind of speed this up just a little bit.
Yeah.
As you close to about 300 feet, you knowing that your shot was really, really lucky, because at 600 feet you probably should never have been able to hit it.
It's a longbow, yeah. But it was.
From that distance, you probably should never have hit it. Now you just got lucky.
I got very lucky. Thank you.
No, she's just good.
Mm-hmm.
She's not
That's
wrong.
what she thinks. You're about 300 feet from them now, and they have taken down one of the horses.
This is not okay anymore.
What do you guys want to do at this distance?
I'm gonna shoot my bow again.
Okay.
Same.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my bow and shoot.
Ah!
3 neat.
And glue.
Me too.
Great. So we're not in initiative order yet, correct?
I'm holding on to it until you're close enough to where it matters.
19 to hit.
19. Okay.
Is that a hit?
Yes.
19 to hit.
19 to hit.
Nice.
Good lord.
13.
12 damage.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm also going to use a psychic arrow.
Okay.
5.
4, 6.
Your 13 does not hit.
Yeah, I didn't. So.
So
It was
let's
probably
see
really
here.
close though.
deactivate our goblins.
Brain, 7 points of
I just
piercing,
rolled
1 point of
that
psychic.
because I'm at
All right.
300 feet away, and that's like right at the very long end of the where my short can go.
Gotcha.
Moving at the pace that you are, you close a bit more distance.
But
You close half that distance again. You're at 150 feet.
Alright.
And you see that the second horse is now down. And the goblins are now, from what you can see, hacking away at the wheels of the wagon. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Any of the did the goblin with the gimp go down?
No.
Holy crap. That's a sturdy gobbo.
You guys are level 6. I have to adjust.
Lucky.
That's better.
There was
21.
There was a lot of ones in that thing.
More for
A
me.
lot.
22.
Show off.
Ash,
11.
you
6.
do not, and you do not. So the two of you, roll damage.
9 damage.
Okay?
Can I shoot again because extra attack?
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Can I shoot again?
11 piercing and 4 psychic that time.
My brain was like, wait, no, initiative. Never mind. Okay, I'm shooting again then.
One of the goblins goes down.
Improve critical. So that's 8, 11. Ooh, 18 points of damage.
Another one goes down.
Another one bites dust.
Ash,
Same number as before, I got 11.
your shots are going a little bit wide. And now, you guys are...
Paladins can't shoot.
You guys close another half of the distance. You are
At
60
least
feet
mine's
away.
alive.
Ooh!
Ouch!
You guys are 60 feet away.
I was like the best it to burn ever.
At this point in time, you are unable to make out the goblins as they have learned that they are being pelted by arrows from a long distance, and they are on the opposite side of the wagon of you.
We're 60 feet away, and our camels have a speed of 50.
Yep.
I am going to double move
Okay.
to get around, and then I'm going to bonus action.
You're 60 feet away from the wagon.
Yeah. And my
And
cam.
you just moved to get there. So if you double move, you'll be 10 feet from the wagon.
Okay, then I double move to get 10 feet from the wagon, and I bonus action range. Rah!
Okay.
I will also double move.
I will.
So you all move in close.
Yep.
And now we will get into initiative proper. Kita, you are 10 feet away from the wagon. The goblins seem to have taken a defensive position on the opposite side of the wagon from you, and the two folks on the top of the wagon are now kind of huddled together. You realize that they are, what's the word I'm looking for? Scared witless.
So I'm about 10 feet from the wagon.
Yep.
How high would I have to jump to get on top of the wagon if I moved the final 10 feet?
Maybe a 5-foot jump.
Okay, I'm going to move Balthazar 2.0 up to the wagon and jump on top of it.
Alright, roll me an acrobatics.
23.
Yeah, you make it up there with nary an effort.
And that would that be my movement or my action
Your
or
movement.
okay. And then I'm going to try and shoot a goblin if I can.
Okay.
Or not.
You are not.
12.
Yeah, no.
Didn't think so.
But you had the high ground.
That's okay, Annie.
Anna, are you okay?
Katie,
Mm-hmm.
you watch as your sister leaps up on top of the wagon, fires a shot down, and swears.
I maneuver Humpernickel around the wagon, and how many of them do I see?
2.
That's it? Oh yeah. Alright, well I dismount, and I am going to drop my bow and swing with my great axe.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit.
Okay.
And I'm raging. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 15 damage.
And that one drops.
And then I'm gonna look at the last one. You're next.
And you see as this thing gets a big toothy grin. Jeffrey.
I'm gonna go around the wagon, but I'm gonna stay on the camel and I'm gonna shoot at it with an arrow.
I'm not
Because
sure,
I'm
Pimps.
paranoid that I'm gonna get stuck.
It may not have understood my words, but my intent was very clear.
There is a Twiz in the house.
Glad you made it home safe.
Yay!
Glad to see you home.
12 to
I
cut in
didn't
hit.
speak no.
12 to hit?
Yeah.
No.
I'm not a gnome, Krabby.
And the one that you accosted verbally turns, looks at you, and slashes out.
Bring it. We call it infrabyssal.
Infrabyssal, yep.
Yep, infernal and abyssal. It's infrabyssal.
And it rolls a 21 to hit.
That does in fact hit me, actually.
And I need you to roll a Constitution save.
What?
Ooh.
Bring it. Con save? Is that either 17?
Outstanding. You take 10 points of slashing damage, and you feel the wound
Thanks, Twisted.
starts to itch a
Yeah.
bit. And
That
it
clip needs to go away.
No, it doesn't.
vanishes underneath the wagon. Which brings us to... We'll do that.
Alright. Ooh.
You hear a very solid thunk from underneath the wagon.
Uh-oh.
Ash.
Because I would have double moved when they had double moved. But I want to go to the back side of the wagon and look inside while they hear goblins. I want to look inside the wagon.
You would have to be, you can't see through the slits from your well actually yeah you can because you're normal sized. You look inside. And
I'm sorry, what was that about normal sized?
you heard me. You look inside. And inside you see 8 goblins.
Oh. I suddenly don't feel the need to save these slaves anymore. No offense, Jeffrey.
I'm gonna yell out, guys, stop attacking them. The wagon's full of goblins.
They're our cargo! And we don't want to die! Get those goblins over here!
It'll cost you.
Get those goblins out of here!
That sounds like an agreement to me.
Hey, fine, kill them. I wanna...
The character, she's a halfling. But she's a tall halfling. She'll have you know.
I'm much taller though.
You're not much taller.
so
I'm a whole 2 inches taller
I
than
wanna
you.
move a little bit over, look around.
Because you're
How many
adopted.
goblins? There's only one goblin left.
I'm a nice halfling.
I wanna, from the back of the wagon, I
She'll
want
have
to
you
move
think.
over a little bit so I can see around a word.
You're
You don't see a
adopted.
goblin.
Okay, they're all dead.
No, you don't see a goblin.
You heard a thump under the
I
wagon.
heard a thump
You
under
heard
the
something
wagon.
underneath the wagon.
Gnomes are awful, unless they're Greyhawk gnomes.
Would be an
Halflings are
action to
alright.
get off of the camel.
That is half your movement to get off the camel.
Okay, I want to get off the camel, crouch down, look under, and shoot Ray of Frost at the goblin underneath.
Okay. As you do. Oh, never mind.
Well, this is gonna
There
make things
wasn't.
awkward
There,
then.
you see the face
Mm-hmm.
of a goblin right in front of yours, and it goes to swing at you with its weapon, and you hear, frick.
Krabby, activate power number 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Roll it.
At least you're lucky. Not all kind of lucky, but you know, for an elf.
12.
No.
Even though he's right in front of my face.
You stick your hand out and that little blue beam starts to form on your finger and his eyes get about this big and you watch as he drops just in time that the beam skirts over the top of him without hitting him. You do watch as a little permafrost shows up on his clothing, but it doesn't seem to have injured him.
Okay, as my extra attack, then I'm gonna pull my sword out and swing horizontal.
You cannot.
I can't.
You can cast a spell. You cannot attack and cast a spell.
Okay, then I'm done.
Okay. Kita.
Well, I don't see any more goblins.
Nope.
So I guess
You did hear that strange noise from the bottom of the wagon,
Wouldn't she have seen my
and you
frost?
and you heard some strange noises from underneath the wagon.
I'm gonna get rid of all the garbage so we have more room.
Can I see into the wagon?
Yep. If you hang your head down and look through the slits at the top.
Okay. Does it look like the goblins are trying to get out?
No.
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 Okay. I'm gonna jump off the wagon, I guess.
Thank you, Weekend.
Woo woo. I'm gonna jump off the wagon.
Only acrobatics.
Oh.
Get back here, sneaky little bastard.
11.
You take 2 points of damage as you slam into the ground a little bit harder than you thought you were going to.
I didn't quite nail my superhero landing.
Hey. Leave some Weekend for me.
So,
No.
What I missed now?
I'm picking on Z and Weekend.
And your sister fell face planted off the wagon.
yeah, I
Weekend wolf!
And no, it's not from that place. It's a.
Sure, they
Not
get to
sponsored.
nom, and all I
I
get
told
is
them they have to
vapors.
leave some for me.
What about the rest of us?
Yeah! All in favor of being gnomed, say aye.
Aye.
See what you started.
Well, what do you expect?
We're poor deprived little dragons.
So you land heavy on the ground.
Yeah. Can I attack the goblin if there's one near me?
Where are you looking for a goblin?
Underneath the wagon?
Okay.
Do I see a goblin?
You do indeed see a goblin.
Okay, close enough for me to...
Nice, Krabby.
Wait, even with my bow? I still have my bow?
If you have your bow out, you can fire, but it will be at disadvantage
That's fine.
because it's a very awkward shot.
That's fine.
Goblin cast the EDM.
12.
Yeah, it skirts right by him, does not quite make contact like you wish it would.
Ow.
Katie.
Yeah. There's only one left under the wagon, right?
You haven't looked under there yet.
I gently stoop down to look under the wagon.
You see a goblin nose to nose with Ash.
I smack it with my great axe.
Roll to hit.
19.
That's gonna hit.
That likes 13s for some reason. Okay. Roar! Ooh. 17.
That one ends up falling to your attack.
Got it!
Jeffrey. Roll me an intelligence. At advantage.
Yeah.
19.
19.
That's not bad.
No,
You do
not for
recall
me.
there were 5. You
I
see
only
4
see-
bodies.
I only.
And then all of a sudden, you start remembering some of your tactics. You are sand goblins. Moving around in the sand is what you do.
Then I'm gonna look around for the other one.
Roll me a perception.
Oh, now I'm screwed.
You got it.
9 minus 1 is 8.
You actually do see something that looks a little weird underneath the wagon. There is a bit of a pile that doesn't look quite normal. It shouldn't have a lump of sand underneath a wagon on a road that people travel on.
Well, I think I'm still on the camel.
Oh, I
I
thought
got
you.
that.
Oh, never mind. I thought you had hopped off. So no, you
I
don't see it.
remember.
Then I'm going to hop off, and all of that can happen.
There we go.
I'm like,
Good plan. Yeah.
My mistake. I got ahead of myself.
nope. I was gonna hop off the wagon, or off the camel.
See, I knew that's what was going to happen.
You just can read my
See,
mind.
there you go.
Don't encourage him.
It's like be nice to the deer. He can kill you.
I don't care. I can roll another character. I have to live with him when he's not DMing.
Good point. I don't.
I love you.
Then
You know
I
you
am
missed
going to swing at him with my scimitar.
Roll at disadvantage.
I hit him.
You know, he could say the same thing about you though when you DM.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Dirty 20.
Actually,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna
you
hit.
said that last Nervous, in fact.
I
The
did.
other one wasn't at 20.
I will never, ever, ever say that I'm an easy person to live with. I'm stubborn.
I mean,
7.
I mean,
Oh, I gotta do my lightning.
such an awful person.
Wait, what?
I made her clean.
Oh, good job.
And 3 lightning.
All right.
my minions clean too.
I made her scrub a toilet.
As you
did
swing
lots
out
of
and
dishes.
slash at this sand, you watch as some of the sand is blown back, and you see a little bit of blood start to appear as you had cut into the shoulder of the goblin.
He's under here.
Good job, Jeffrey.
And with that, you watch as his eyes get big, and from his position, he grabs, and you finally notice what made that sound as the blade of an axe comes flying out of the dirt again and slams into the bottom of this wagon and gets just buried into the bottom of this wagon.
Is this goblin's name Moses?
Because he's screaming, let my people go.
Yeah.
And there is a definitive creaking and cracking sound coming from this wagon now.
Uh-oh.
Do we hear anything from inside the wagon?
There is some movement.
But we don't hear like goblin noises.
Nope, there's just movement.
Something on fire.
And
Krabby and I would agree. Light it up.
Light it up.
They might
there is
like that.
one more swing from this creature at the bottom of the wagon, and you see that there is a look of desperation on this goblin's face. And as the axe strikes into it again, that creaking and cracking sound becomes much, much more pronounced.
We need to get him before we got
Ashley.
more.
So the goblin in front of me is dead.
Yeah.
You're so funny.
Can I see from my vantage point? Can I see where Jeffrey is?
Yeah, kitty corner, yeah.
And I can see the goblin swinging with the.
From the bottom of the wagon underneath the center of it, you've watched it attack twice. And it is the weirdest thing to see this goblin buried in sand like it is and moving around as freely as it is. And you start to understand why they are called sand goblins.
Jeffrey, why don't you do this?
So I'm. How far away
I remember
from that goblin am I now?
That's one of her stats.
How far away? Because there's kitty corner for me. How far away am I from that one?
From the one under the center of the wagon?
Yes.
4 feet.
person.
Okay.
I haven't used this spell before.
It doesn't matter. It works.
Okay.
He is now paralyzed.
Awesome.
All right, chat. I need you guys to help me out here. Tell me, high or low?
Hi, Lo.
Right, like mid swing, just.
And Bill, come in.
High or low? Fireball. That's such a.
Well, we know that Krabby does not follow instructions well.
Welcome back, Dave.
All right. Poison Ivy Pika says low.
Krabby
Thank you
said-
for that.
Krabby said high right after he said fireball.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Okay, Krabby said high first. So, we will have to use the first one.
Well,
and
I don't know, but now it's 2 votes low.
And Krabby was misbehaving.
I'm still going with the first one.
Okay.
The first one was high. Are you doing anything else, Ash, after doing that?
Nope, because I have
Okay.
to concentrate. So.
I now need all of you to make a dexterity save.
Oh dear. Alright. Ooh. 17.
14.
22.
15.
All right, you are all able to move. As soon as you hear that creaking and cracking sound, turn into a sharp snap as the wagon goes boom and falls, inadvertently crushing the goblin that you just cast a person on.
Oh!
Well, now he's really a whole person.
Yep. Darn, I had such a good plan, too.
And as this happens, you hear a grinding sound. And then I'm thinking it would end up being Katie. You watch as the door that they use for these wagons falls and slides.
Yep.
Kita,
Yeah.
you...
Hey, Reppin!
What's up, Reppin?
Have you heard the good word of Miri?
Yeah, no,
Far too late for that.
Reppin, you're like 2 hours too late.
Kita, you also have a bit more of a roll to make.
Okay?
Like physically, a bit more of a roll to make.
Yeah.
To get out of the way of 2 human bodies landing heavily in the dirt next to you.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the sand.
And what would you like to do, Kita?
Do I see the door open or
You
is
are
that...
on the other side of it.
Okay, that is the other side. I guess I'm gonna get up and go around to the other side. Did I hear the door opening?
You heard all the noises. You don't know exactly what they mean.
Okay,
And
well,
as you make your way around,
I'm gonna make my way around to go check on my sister and make sure she got out of the way too.
you make your way around to see what's going on, and you do notice that the door to the wagon is open.
Oh jeez, I forgot that's Wednesday. Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's this Wednesday.
Excited for you guys.
The door is open?
Yep. Like, not completely, but it is definitely fallen apart and open enough to be able to see in. And the goblins are all kind of piled near the center of the wagon now.
Goblins an open door. It's less than 6 words.
I'm like, there's a foot there.
I am going
No,
to
it's a door.
ready an arrow, just a normal arrow, and make sure that I guess the goblins don't escape.
Okay. Katie.
Yeah. I will stand there menacingly with my great axe, and I'm looking at the 2. Wait.
The slavers are on the opposite side.
Yeah. I'm gonna go around the wagon and look at the slavers and be like, the attacking goblins are dead. Pay up, please.
One of them starts reaching down, grabs a pouch, and chucks it at you.
I look in the pouch.
There is 25 gold in there.
Thank you. Alright, we're good. Let's move out.
Yeah, completely abandoned. You said you killed. Said you killed the goblins. Didn't say what to say to help them bring the rest.
Right?
Jeffrey, Ash, what would you two like to do?
Well, now that that one is crushed.
Very much so.
I had such a good plan, too.
You know who else had good plans? Oriana.
Sorry,
I'm looking.
Wow, you guys.
There is no love for you today.
No.
Well, Loxy did too, but they all went up in bubbles.
Ash, Jeffrey?
I'm going, after hearing her say we're good, I'm going to get up and go to the other side. I'm going to get up and go over towards where Kita
Okay.
headed.
That's where I'm gonna go that way too.
Alright, so the three of you are standing by the door, and there are goblins piled in the center. They seem to be just lying there at the moment.
Are
Are
they
they-
chained?
Are they alive?
Are you going to go check on them?
Sure, I'll go check on them.
Okay. You climb into the wagon to check on these goblins.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do, there were 8 goblins inside this slaver's wagon.
Mm-hmm.
You see them all piled in a mass on the bottom, and there is a little bit of movement in there. There doesn't seem to be too very much of it until you step in. And as you step in to go check on them, they all lunge simultaneously at you.
Thunderclap.
Yes! Wait, thunderclap or thunderwave?
I don't have Thunderwave.
Is thunderclap a reaction?
No.
1,
Yeah.
2,
Yeah. Well,
3.
it's been a good run. Sorry for all the Oriana jokes on your
3.
second character death
Okay.
day.
Three of them managed to get you,
Okay.
and fortunate for you, none of them have weapons. And the fact that they are shackled. But they still do attack you, yet they're not quite that smart.
Oh, goblins.
So you wind up taking
Jeffrey's a smart gobble.
I'm learning.
14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ouchie. That's not very nice.
And now you're surrounded by a bunch of very angry goblins.
Said 14.
Where's she going?
And we'll give you two a chance to respond to that real quick. You just watched her get attacked.
Well, I'm on the other side of the wagon.
I'm going
Those
to shoot my bow at her. Not her. Not her. Not her.
I'm not a very smart goblin. I shoot my party member.
Well, I did that once already.
That was
I'm gonna
perfect.
try to.
Nice knowing you, Kita.
I'm gonna try to get her out of there.
I did
Really
it,
trying to
yeah.
shove
Maybe
them
I
away
hit
and
her.
pull her out.
Alright, so we'll make this happen simultaneously. Go ahead and roll.
10.
10? No. You fire that and you almost hit both of them at the same time, and it pings off the back wall.
Oh my god.
Krabby! I'm sorry, Goblin. Krabby, I love you so much right now.
I can't win.
As you go in to extricate, how are you going about doing this?
So are they just basically on
They
one
are
side
surrounding
where they're
her.
surrounding her?
They are surrounding her.
I'm going to. Sorry, this is like.
Hold on. We're going to have to be nice here. Our newest viewer, Giggle here, would like brief introductions.
Characters?
Yeah. So we'll start with
That's
Wife.
not.
Well, that's not what
That's not
happened.
what's going on.
You're
You lost.
I'm trying to go a different direction with it.
Oh.
Oh, hey guys, I think I know what he's doing with this. Just go with it. No one will know.
You start first.
He pointed to you first.
Ayo, I am DM Laxi, and I am currently playing Katie Hilltopple. I'm a halfling. I've got a sister, but she's adopted, and I've also got an axe. Want to see? Actually, can I have my axe? Oh, but I want my axe.
Not right now.
I have a real axe. It's beautiful. And I'm stuck with these guys.
Ouch.
I am
Thanks.
Jeffrey Toebiter.
Oh, that's too
I'm Mina. I'm Jeffrey Toebiter. I'm a goblin fighter that was
Who is
abducted.
suffering Stockholm syndrome hardcore.
It's
Also, your ear is facing the wrong
Yes,
direction.
I do have an ear that's gone backwards.
Who's the reason for that one?
Not me.
Katie.
Not me.
She's
I
also the reason why
didn't
it's so
mean to
wrong
bite
backwards.
that hard.
Alright, other sister.
I'm Kita Hilltopple. I am 2 inches taller than my sister Katie, and I am a halfling rogue bod cross class.
I'm a barbarian fighter.
She is also Bard in the North who runs the other Sunday game.
Yes, which is currently Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
And least but not
Shameless
last.
plug.
Thanks. Jerk.
Ha, 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 ha,
I
ha.
am currently playing Ash Avelios, who is a paladin rogue cross class,
See, we all can English
and I
today.
cannot talk today.
Today?
My nerds are all mixed up.
Yes, Krabby, I also don't play a bard.
And my tag on here is on Twitch is Nivara Glamidel, who is another one of my characters.
That was Nightbar Glormer.
It's probably Nivara Lore.
Nivara. And
It's
then
Nivara.
I am DM Thaco. And I play in almost all the other games around here. Soon
Except Curse of Strahd.
to
That's
be
my baby.
all of them. Hey, we got a sub.
Hey!
Thank you very much for the sub.
Thank you, Rick.
Brick, you are amazing.
Reppin, I was not angry. I was giving you crap.
We love you, Reppin.
I tend to be the one who does most of the typing on the Dragons in the Dining Room Twitter, Facebook, and anything under DM Thaco because, well, that's my name. So,
He's the techie glue, and then we add all the sparkles.
Yeah,
We're the
they're-
glitter, he's like the framework.
they're the reason people like coming to visit.
It's, well,
It's not.
he's not wrong.
He's not.
Chat, if we're wrong, let us know, but
So,
yeah, no, we're not wrong.
that being said, you go to extricate Kita out from the wagon.
Mhm.
How about do you go doing that?
If possible, I want to, if I can reach her, I want to try and get underneath her arms and try like pushing the goblins out of the way with my legs. Like side kicking him out?
Roll me in athletics.
Please be nice to me.
To be fair, your part is...
Athletics?
There's a reason...
17.
You manage to knock the two that are in your way away so you can grab her and start pulling. As
We'll
you
talk about it.
as you do this,
Go!
you watch as one of the goblins on the far side starts to almost melt.
Oh no.
And you realize that he has started digging into the opening from the cracked open bottom of the wagon into the sand.
Goblins are escaping through the bottom!
And you and Kita are now outside of the wagon. What would you guys like to do now?
And I hear that shout.
Yep. Oh. As that shout happens, no, we gotta get them back. We can't arrive with no cargo.
I want to look at them and go, remember it was a woman that helped you. Strong, capable men. And I'm going to dart under the wagon and try and retrieve the goblin. Well, not... Dang it, it's smushed. I'm going to run around and reach down in there and try and pull the bugger back out. And
You're
then...
going to run into the wagon.
Yes!
Awesome.
But I'm going to be like,
There are 7 goblins.
unarmed, and I've got an axe, you want to see?
There are 7 goblins
Yeah.
in there
Yeah.
as you charge in.
I feel really weird without my axe. Like, I can see it, but I feel like you guys can't see it.
It's like air guitar. Everybody knows what you're doing.
I can see it.
That's debatable. I mean, some people, if they're really, 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 really bad.
Well, she does not look like she's really, really bad at holding an imaginary axe.
Like, you
Yeah,
ever
it's right
seen
here.
an air guide competition? Air guitar competition at 2 in the morning with a bunch of youth group teenagers.
Yes, it's awful.
It's fantastic.
Mine was a bunch of drunks.
Oh, speaking
That
of
could be
which,
just to compare them.
Friday night, girls' night.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anywho, so as you look around, you see that there are 7 goblins there, and they all seem very irate. But they seem to be guarding that hole in the ground.
Okay, well, I want to try and like use my axe then and like get them back from the hole. Back up. Huh.
Roll a strength
That's an
at disadvantage.
At disadvantage. What? At
There are
disadvantage?
7 goblins.
Okay,
fighting
always
against
a
you.
disadvantage. Never mind. Oh, shies and cookies. That's not really good. That's only a 7.
Yeah, you go, and 3 of them go.
Then I would like to. Does that count as an attack since I'm ramming into them?
Yes, it's called a shove.
Extra attack.
Okay.
At disadvantage.
You going to push again?
Yeah.
Okay. At
Push it real
disadvantage.
good. Like salt and pepper style.
At disadvantage.
Do, 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 do. That's only 12 that time.
Yeah, you're not moving them. They are all pushing against you. Well, there are 4 of them pushing against you, and you watch as the second one starts digging.
Okay, bonus action, intimidate.
How?
I said get back,
Okay.
or I'll bite your ear off.
She's not lying.
Intimidate. 18, 15 plus 3. Intimidate them. Woo!
You watch as all but the one that's digging through the sand and can't hear you
Yeah.
stop.
Hua, 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 hua. Got max, so I see.
Now, what do you guys do?
Well, after I get her out,
Teacher the passing notes in class.
And?
like you don't do that in general anyways.
I just wanted to see the look on your faces.
That's fine. I was just telling you the idea I had. Which I could still
So she
probably
started to tell it to me, and I can only hear like half of it. Well, now that we're outside of the wagon, and we can see Katie trying to fight off the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is such a cluster.
and a half.
Uh-huh. So you're in front of the hole, correct? Katie, you're in front of the hole.
Yeah.
Ooh, wait.
There's more?
There's more.
If you have an idea,
And
do it.
then...
I do. I'm gonna give you an end of a rope. And then I'm gonna go. Yeah! I'm gonna give Ashley the end of a rope, and then I want to encircle the goblins. I go. Shoo! So they can't run away.
We're like anime style of
Yes.
roping goblins.
Why
Okay. So as you go about doing this, there is going to be some resistance.
Well, yes.
So I need the both of you to
Well, they
roll
just
a
all stand
strength
still and
at
take it.
advantage. Both of you.
Sweet. Ah! If I can pick up my other D20.
You can do it.
I'm just not.
I believe in you.
Just
You're
strength
right.
or athletics?
Strength.
Oh! Nicely done.
Nice.
What'd you get?
19.
All right, you two do manage to corral them.
He didn't ask me.
I think it was pretty obvious with the, ooh, look, everybody look.
And then the
Okay, so from now on, if we really need something done, it's not lying.
There's certain giveaways that people have, you know, like,
And the more they try to
Is it the D&D
squirm,
version of faking?
the tighter.
oh no, you guys managed to rope them up without an issue.
Katie, did you get the last one? Katie,
Yeah.
were you able to get the one that went
So you guys managed to corral 6 of the 8, and 2 of them have escaped.
Well, at least they still have some cargo.
Yep, they've got 6.
Well, how long can they stay under sand? Jeffrey, how long can they stay down there?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Oh, alright. Yeah, we lost them.
Here,
As I
gobble,
You
gobble,
don't-
gobble.
you don't-
answer that question.
You don't have a direct answer because it's not something that you guys ever really.
We don't time
Ooh.
Right.
it. That's not
Yeah.
a thing.
It's
I'm
not like
going-
doing deep diving.
I'm going to take out a piece of ration and like hold it over the hole and go, here, gobble, gobble, gobble.
And you hear from the mouth of the wagon, "What are you doing?"
I'm going on a gobble hunt.
He's gonna catch a big one.
You've been out in the sun too much. Get out of the wagon.
Okay, fine.
Part of me wants to just with the ropes and just let him run.
Gold.
I know.
Thank you for helping round up what you could. Losing 2, it's unfortunate, but it's better than losing everything.
They may pop up soon.
And if they do, they're manacled. They won't be that big of a deal.
That's fair.
He's got a point. Alright, well,
Seems you captured one yourself. They do make good slaves.
he
Wait.
disguised as a halfling. Did they see
Yes,
through it?
at 17.
You said to remind
You told me to remind you.
Yep, thank you. No, they don't see through it.
Haha.
Hello.
Thank you for the disguise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
I was a little paranoid going in there.
Trying to type loot horde and it did not come out loot horde.
What did it come out as,
Loot
Mr.?
horde.
Loot hard or go home!
You're not the
Fix my
first.
footboard
I know.
earlier.
Alright,
Oh.
so you guys have successfully recaptured 6 sand goblins,
Woo, woo.
and you are now about an hour away from town.
Well, get back on the camels
Well, that
and
was
keep
fun.
going.
So all that we got for all this work was 25 gold.
That is correct.
It wasn't that much work.
That's fair.
It was
It's
Kinda
25 gold.
It was kind of fun.
Oh, are the horses dead?
Yes,
Yes.
very dead.
Well, you said they were down, and I mean.
The
Okay, I was
DED
being-
dead.
I was being polite.
Oh.
He was saying the nice way of saying
Because
oh,
Nine
shit.
likes horses, and if Nine found out those goblins hurt the horses, she would be so offended and hurt, and it just makes my heart really sad.
Nina likes horses, and I would be very upset.
Wrong campaign, I know, but I just really miss Nine. Don't throw things at me, I'm your wife. Wait,
Gives me more reason to.
that's what I was just like.
I mean,
My
Nine
love
did
is
try to get with Xantha pretty hard a couple times.
You know, there's never been a romantic interest in our characters, but mine have a lot of personality and they're hard to handle. Characters.
So, you guys are about an hour away from town.
I'm gonna give
We're
you a
heading to
beta.
town.
Again.
Oh, honey.
You guys
I've
make your
lost
way
every
back
time.
into town. You guys make your way to the gates of town.
Yeah.
Making our way downtown.
And
Walking
there
fast.
are
Faces
4
down.
wagons being ushered through the doors. And as you watch, they are being inspected. They are being inspected with great effort.
Look at her.
She looks like alfalfa.
Your ponytail is in straight up.
You look like a combination of
I
Fat
got
Albert and alfalfa.
No, Krabby, there was a bard.
Can
Taya
you
was
just-
playing a bard.
Let's move
Taya was
on.
actually doing well at playing a bard.
So we're heading to the Sultan. We're
Nope, you guys
we're
are
to
at
the
the
gates.
gate watching as the guards are being very, very strict about investigating each of these wagons. And roll me a perception, everybody.
You can tell everybody.
So that was the Cards Against Humanity play last night, and my card was the black one.
I got a 16, by the way.
Okay?
Perception?
Yeah?
16!
14.
Okay.
23.
Alright, the only one who notices this
That's
is
awful.
Kita.
Okay.
Come here.
But I was just getting warm.
That's fine. I'm a jerk like that.
You are.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you lots.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Except Mirren. Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Where did it go?
Okay. DM, what can I infer from that?
I don't know. It's what you do with the information you have at hand. Hello, Sinol.
Arsenal!
I like. Oh no! It's not garlic anymore. It has been changed to Armageddon.
Armageddon!
Wait, that's the new safe word?
It
No,
is
it's garlic.
It's
Okay.
gotta
It's
be
garlic.
garlic. That cannot be. No.
Oh my.
No.
In retrospect,
That is not a safe word.
after, well, no,
Not
apparently
anymore.
it wasn't.
Yes. It was not a safe
Oh
word.
Vaseline!
So that is what you have.
Oh my. Okay, sorry, brain error 404.
Huh?
Brain error.
404. Okay.
Brain out phone.
Contact my phone.
Um,
I need Kleenex.
We don't have any. Use your shirt sleeve.
No, it is gross.
It's also a brand new sweatshirt.
Yeah.
So-
So definitely gross.
Break it in the right way.
Huh?
Break it in the right way.
No, when I
Gross!
was thinking whenever I hear us all say hey Sanal, I think Yuxanal.
Which means?
I'm sorry, I never actually got to.
What is
no,
knee?
no.
Or what is leg?
Dari.
There you go.
Yuxanal is one of the strikes, isn't it? Isn't it she cheated.
Is it rage or I thought it was knife?
No.
Yuxanal's a knife hand.
I
Because
thought so.
Sanal Maki is a knife hand block. Yuxanal's a knife hand strike.
Yeah. That sounds right.
It is.
Okay, so yeah, we just digressed into Taekwondo for
Sorry.
a moment there. Don't apologize,
Apologies.
I just did the same thing.
Okay.
My brain went.
Which I need to start working on vocabulary with you.
Yes.
Well, we can.
Yes, Patrick, you did miss a Man Thanders reference.
Very much so.
Yes.
I borrowed from you, and they got
And
to fight a
so-
giant ant lion.
And it almost ate us.
It
No,
did
it
eat
ate
me.
them.
Oh, that's
Everyone but Jeffrey.
It-
But I wanted to be eaten by it.
Grug jumped into it.
Okay.
Because then I
But he
could
was still
stab
inside.
at squishy bits.
She voluntarily got eaten.
I just dove in head first.
Alright, so
Those two got it.
what do you have that information, Kita? But you guys, in very short order, are ushered into the city. As you get to the gates, and they notice that you are not part of a wagon train or anything, a couple of the guards walk up to you.
Mm-hmm.
What brings you to our city?
Well, actually, you're the one with this.
I pull up the seal as
Oh,
with
my apologies, ma'am. We'll have an escort for you in just a moment.
my thanks.
Please,
my
have
thanks.
a seat. Have a
Of
seat.
course. And I have a seat. Any
And
idea
where
what's going on?
he points you to is a small tent that all of you can fit under, so you're shaded.
But Sonal-
Sanal Maki, Yuxanal.
Ah!
Oh.
So,
So it,
after about 10 minutes of sitting in the shade, having water given to you, a little bit of niceties.
Do we get grapes?
You get
What
a
about
little
a
bit
fan?
of water and you get the shade
There's
of the
your fan.
tent.
I thought my fan was up there.
Those are all your fans.
Aww.
And
Wait, those are all fans, not my fans.
a wagon shows up. Covered
Okay, my
wagon.
fans.
And you are invited onto said wagon. As you guys are given your ride through town, there is a few things that start to pop out now that you've been more experienced with traveling around and some of the new things going on, one, you realize that while everything works the way it was explained to you, this city seems to hold to the old rules much more than where you just came from. And there are brief moments where you happen to see a medallion showing. But most of the time you catch it as somebody's moving about and it's through the slip of a shirt, or a jacket folds over just the right way. They almost all seem to be covered.
Can I make
But as you're noticing this, you realize it's maybe 1 out of 15 people has one. At the most.
But it's like there's a steady population of them.
You see it here and there. I mean, if you were to make a rough guess, it's like 1 in every 15, 20 people might have one. But it's not like, and you can just pick them out of the crowd. It's usually very out of the corner of your eye. You're like, wait, did I just...
Copy.
And now that
What he said.
now that you guys are familiar with it, it's also the idea of you see a white van everywhere you go because you're thinking about white vans.
I would like.
What's a van?
I would like to ask Grug if those type of symbols are common through for the other deities, or if it's just, and I mean, keeping this hush hush.
It's not something that he has seen before. This is new. And now that he thinks about it, he very rarely saw any until... He doesn't remember seeing any until recently, and it was very few and far between even now.
So this is definitely a new thing then.
Let's just keep going to the Sultan.
Yep. Hold on. You're not stopping. The wagon's taking you the entire way. This is just something that you see.
That's odd that we're seeing more of those now.
Oh, I don't know. He's pretty close, Tay. Krabby gets a lot of love from us.
That's true.
Just sometimes it's sideways. You guys are, in short order, brought to the Sultan's palace. And it's just as regal as you recall. As you are brought into the main courtyard, again, you are taken aback. Even though you've been here before, you're still taken aback by the fact that there is vegetation, water, birds, flowers, all of this beautiful scenery that doesn't exist anywhere else in this desert climate. The ivory, gold, and brass designs of the palace stand out in stark difference to the mud, brick, and clay buildings that you have passed all the way here. When you are eventually brought into the palace proper, you are once again escorted to guest chambers. And you find your trays of crackers, cheese, grapes, wines, waters.
No.
I'm gonna. If we are not meeting with the Sultan right away, I'm going straight for the baths because
I'm going to ring a bell and see if the Sultan, that we have a time idea. If I have time to bathe before we go meet with the Sultan.
definitely
And
because
as you as you ring the bell, within moments one of the girls shows up, and you recognize her as a slave again by the bracelets and collars. Oh yes, by all means, make yourself.
I watched the look on YouTube.
That was bad.
that was really bad.
By all means, make yourselves presentable. The Sultan will be some time.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Actually, I have a question. Some 4 days past, was there any commotion in the city? Something about a giant flying red-winged beast? rumors or such?
I do not know of anything of this.
Okay. Thank you. And then I will go bathe.
I'm definitely gonna go bathe.
Are my friends at the baths?
No.
Oh.
I'm going to follow, even though Sabath says.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Just because I don't. Yeah.
As you
Go
all
into the bathtub.
as you all make your way into the bathhouse,
I'm gonna pay you with my clothes off.
you jump into the water, sliding in and making yourselves comfortable into the steaming water, letting the ride of weeks wash off.
I'm learning by doing so. I'm going to copy you guys.
And as you all relax, you hear hushed, excited tones coming from some of the other people in the bathhouse. And you realize that much of the room has given quite a birth to your group.
Well, yeah,
We have a
reeked
half
for one.
orc and
And they're all looking at Jeffrey.
Yeah. We forgot about that. We're just so used to having him with us.
And you hear inside the bathhouse, because of course these things have wonderful acoustics,
hello.
quite a few different comments about no collar? How do they keep a slave with no collar?
Out of character, Stockholm Syndrome!
Didn't Jeffrey at one point have a collar though?
Well, if
He
they're,
had
prop-
a child
if they're
leash.
I have a child
properly
leash.
trained, you really don't need a collar.
There's
Do you
nothing.
see these people? I'm scared of them.
As he speaks in common, I love it.
Yeah.
Do you actually say that out loud?
Yeah.
Awesome. And you watch as almost every single person in there, their eyes are just huge, mouths agape. Common. It speaks common. It knows what we said. I wonder how long they've had to train it for.
About 2 weeks.
If any of you want to find out, I'd be more than happy to train you.
Well, you'd have to defeat the city to make me a slave. Good luck doing that.
Oh, I thought you were volunteering. My mistake.
No one volunteers to be a slave.
Swallow. Swallow.
As I snuggle.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, Nina.
I love you.
Well,
There is a problem with.
There's a problem with this group.
Yeah.
No one volunteers to be a slave.
Well,
You love us. We hope.
And, I mean, it takes a good 10 minutes before people start to calm down and realize that your group is a little bit different, but there is nothing too out of the ordinary other than the fact that this one doesn't wear a collar or bracelets.
and these two are really short, and that one has pointed ears.
And that one's a half elf.
And my ears backwards.
We are a very, very tight group.
It's more the fact
different.
that this is a recognized.
Fair.
I'm a slave and I don't have a collar. I'm well trained. I had an e-collar and I'm
Does that
well
work?
trained.
Alright, well, I
A
would
bit
like
of
to.
time passes. You guys finish your bath, head back to your rooms.
And then I'm going to eat some olives and cheeses
Yep,
and
you guys have your food.
lounge on the
I'm going
cushions.
for the grapes.
I mean, fresh fruit. Go
Most
for
of
it.
this stuff is kind of new to you.
Didn't
So as you try these different things, yeah,
the grapes,
Grapes.
seem to be my favorite.
yep, they just little
You're
bite-sized
like, this tastes so sweet.
squirts of sweet water.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
I would like to give Jeffrey a sock.
Except if Jeffrey's in Grug's room, we don't know.
Oh, that's true.
I think we'd probably all be hanging out.
At this time, you guys would be all hanging out because
Yeah.
you're waiting for an audience with the king, the sultan.
I am very much gonna be like Katie, bless you,
Thank you.
and lounging around
Yep.
on some of the cushions and stuff.
I just keep eating.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
do all
don't
the family's
overstep
laundry,
yourself.
so I've been freed for a long time, in theory.
Yep.
I took our room.
Couple hours pass by.
What?
Couple
Thank you,
hours
Krabby.
pass
Oh
by,
Krabby.
and you hear
I'm trying to shake
Enter.
it down so there's more room.
Oh dear God.
Enter.
the door opens, and there is a gentleman standing at the door. You notice that he's in a little bit of armored clothing, but at the same time, you notice
The
bracelets and a collar. However, he carries a weapon, and he gives a curt bow. The Sultan will see you now.
My thanks.
Thank you.
And I follow him.
Ah, thank you.
You're welcome.
And he starts to walk down the hall, taking you into the Sultan's
Tra-la,
meeting room.
la, la, la.
And you all see the Sultan.
Oh!
Never see.
Queen Loxy.
Ooh.
I can dig that.
And you're worried about me getting a big head. You are all brought into the meeting room with the Sultan sitting there, and you notice that there is a new figure in the room. You didn't see this person the last time you were here, and this person openly wears one of those medallions that you guys had picked up.
Oh.
Which one can we tell?
Can you tell?
Yes.
Yes.
Not from the distance you're at.
What do my halfling eyes see?
As
Half
you
of what
guys
the rest
make
of us see.
Well, you see the other half.
With all powers combined.
As you guys make your way into the room proper and have a seat on the pillows, you notice that there is a griffin, the symbol of Amit, carved into this one. There is something a little bit different about this one, however.
Yeah.
Rather than just being made of gold, this one has what looks to be a red gem inlaid where the eye of the griffin would be, and little flecks of ivory for the claws.
Amit is the one we met.
No, Almont's a griffin. We met the one.
Snake?
I thought it was a snake.
Oh.
No,
we
not the
or no, yeah, no, you're right. It was a
Yeah.
Apophysis.
Apophysis.
Apophysis. You have to say it like that because he's a serpent, so he has this.
We be
No, we met Apex.
No,
No,
in
we
the
fought
sun.
fight
At
in the
the
monastery.
fight monastery.
Monastery.
Ah, it was
Yeah.
Apophysis.
Apophysis.
Sorry, I was thinking not death.
I wonder if Apophysis is the liches for Leotard Rectory.
Oh my god.
What?
I understood what I was thinking.
Where
Well,
have you traveled to? What have you seen, and what brings you back here?
we bring interesting news, Sultan, but I fear our news may best be held by your ears alone.
And the gentleman proceeds to exit the room.
So it's just the Sultan and his guards now, right?
Mhm.
I tell him everything.
What do you tell him?
The monastery, the fact that we've seen these symbols of the 5 followers of Set, Set,
Yeah.
thank you, of Apophysis at the monastery, the slain and the symbol thingies, and the red thing I believe to be a dragon that I saw above the city 4 days ago, and wonder if he knows what in the world is going on, and is he sure he's quite safe, because I was concerned.
The city is fine. I have things under control as I always do. It is interesting that you would run across devotees of Set.
Well, I noticed one of your people had the symbol of Omet.
Yes. He is new to the city, and I am attempting to gain wisdom from him.
It's the people at the monastery were mind controlled, and while your mind is sharp enough to be quite safe, I worry perhaps about those who would advise you and wanted to make sure you had warning.
As you said, my mind is sharp.
See, I've learned a bit about diplomacy.
So you said that you've come to tell me of the monastery?
Well, and
It is unfortunate news, but they are exiles and outcasts. There is not much I can do from my realm.
It's not just the monastery.
we've been traveling to many other cities, and one was raised by a dragon. And we fought another smaller dragon. And I'll explain about the tunnels and the dragon, and then the other city being raised by the misty dragon.
Tunnels and dragon. You're going to have to be a bit more specific.
Grog's gonna tell you all about it.
Grog's not here.
I will
Thank you.
I will help explain how we came across the
Thank you.
crystal spires. And there was a dragon there that we fought. And then as we continued on our journey, there was the city we came across was attacked by a misty dragon. Kasim was attacked and raised, which is where we've spent a significant amount of time.
So you made your way all the way to Kasim.
We did.
Yes.
We
That
also
is-
helped rebuild.
It is very fortunate. Traveling that much time across the desert with you not being of this land, I'm glad to hear that you made such a lengthy journey without falling to the elements.
Thank you, Jaded.
It
Thank
was-
you, Poison. Krabby.
Not easy, especially given that the sun never sets. But we have come to believe that these followers of Set are what is causing the sun to not move.
And what gives you this thought?
Help.
Well, we already explained to him about the out of character. We already explained to him about the underworld. That was before we met him the first time.
No, that was
The second
when we
time
went back to him.
when you showed up in his bathhouse.
Yeah. Krabby, Rapid, you want to jump on that bandwagon too?
What
That'd be
bandwagon?
great. Just gathering some followers for my ascent to deityhood.
Well, what makes you believe that the devotees of Set?
You talked to that one guy that basically said so.
Yeah.
We
Dude with the mask.
he was a follower of Tuaret.
Then we
Try
tried
it.
somebody else that said that the guy at the
no.
monasteries was saying stuff about Set and that
So
we
you've come
can't-
just to warn me
possibly-
that the followers of Set are active?
Yes.
very active.
Well, I will take that under advisement.
Because
We're
it's-
just watching out for your.
I much appreciate that. So you made the trek all the way there to Kasim, only to come back and tell me that the followers of Set are active. You really must care about this city.
Well,
I feel honored.
You have shown us a kindness when we were new to this land.
the followers you said do plan on resurrecting him. using powerful artifacts. We were asked to gather reinforcements to make an
Reinforcements?
army
How?
to crush them.
Who asked you for this?
I don't remember her name. It was the husk lady in the scene.
The Jin. Yeah, so there's
yes.
more.
Hold up out of character quick. Or in character. The,
Because we can't reveal her actual.
right. The, witch doctor lady.
Yes, there is a
Our
witch
friend the witch doctor.
Ting tang walla walla bing bing.
I'm so proud of you. Ooh, the witch doctor that was way over in Kasim.
Ooh, ooh, ah.
Ting tang, walla walla bing bang.
What about this witch doctor?
She was a bit of a seer.
And she foretold of them bringing about Set's resurrection.
Yep.
And that it would destroy the land.
Oh yes, Set is known as the Destroyer.
But everything, she has quite the track record of being on par.
So she sent us out and tasked us to go to the 4 other major cities to
Gather information about
and
followers and try and get reinforcements.
So naturally reported back to you first, out of concern, as you were one of the most powerful people in the world that we know of.
I am powerful in this part of the world. Each city is its own dimensus. I cannot speak for any of the others.
Is there a way that we could get a treaty or an accord of the cities? In this city.
And obviously it's got worse because we went all the way there and didn't see nothing. And then all of a sudden all of this stuff happened and we see them
Yeah.
way more populated.
We've
so
noticed
they're
many of those symbols throughout the
You're
city.
quite well spoken for a goblin.
my teacher.
Queen Loxie. I mean, Katie. I mean, not Queen. Love you.
Occasionally I have a good thought.
You spoke to a witch doctor that said the rise of Set was being set in motion by the followers of Set.
Yes.
Roos.
And then
Roos.
and then we began to see signs, more and more followers of Set raising up. When on our way back here, that's when we saw the monastery beset upon. Haha, beset upon. Sorry.
And that was said in character.
Yeah, that caught me. I'm sorry. Out of character.
She broke herself with that one.
Yes, she
The
did.
monastery was
It was beset upon.
attacked by Apopsis.
Apoptosis.
Apopsis.
And mind controlled
It
everyone.
was attacked by a god?
Yes.
Or by his avatar or something. I'm sorry, I'm
He
not
was
the
really powerful though.
Because apparently the tieflings shouldn't be exiles. They were the original servants of God. Thought you should know.
What?
I will explain the temple and the golden statues and the...
but not reveal its location.
Correct.
A temple
Why
with
not?
golden statues? What?
Because
Hold on, out of character. Why not?
Because sometimes when people have their beliefs challenged, instead of trying to accept it, they just go destroy things.
You know, history kind of repeats itself that way.
And it's hidden for a reason, is my thought.
I thought it was a problem with it being hidden, and the fact that it was unknown, it would be like destroying a museum. It belongs in a museum!
The museum belongs in a museum.
We can't let the museum be beset upon.
Museum section. That's like the third time she's trying to take a drink.
Well, thank goodness we're done for the day, but I will tell him about the temple and the golden statues.
Oh, yeah,
and
it was to, I had it
You're
written
doing
down
a really
somewhere.
good job at
Same
trying to
here,
make this
also.
quick, but if you're going to describe something, try and describe it a little bit.
I'm sorry, I'm really...
Kamoon or
Yes, Kun.
yeah. Kahoon.
Jason Kamumu?
Wait.
Kun.
Yes.
Hold on. Jeez,
It's also Chichulu. Instead of Cthulhu, because he likes trains, so he must now be referred to as Chichulu. Chichulu.
Okay, not bad.
I will do my best to explain how it was laid out. It was in a hidden place, and there were traps to get up there, and then there was a staircase that opened up, and we went up, and there was a giant statue of Kmoon, and tieflings were his followers, and I do my best to explain on my very scattered brain.
That challenges everything that this civilization is built upon. It is hard to believe that there is something that says that.
I understand how that would be hard for you.
I will consult.
Ken Man.
Come on.
That's what we had the statue labeled as. Ken Man.
Great, you brought Moon Moon to the party.
Who brought Kmoon Moon?
I will consult with my new advisor about any information that he may have on the followers of Set.
I think that may be wise. He will either have to... The Sultan's very wise. He would have to tip his hand or know that the Sultan was onto something.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's
Just
not
speak
out
right
of the
now.
realm of possibilities considering he's wearing a giant symbol of griffin thingy.
Oh, Griffin.
Omet! Omet!
Amit.
Omet.
In the meantime, please take refuge in my palace, rest,
Thank you, Twisted.
enjoy the services of the city. Again, you have my symbol of blessing. And before we go,
Fireball!
let's see if the Twiz can blow up the Sultan's palace.
Let's hope not.
No.
No Armageddon.
As much as I wanted to see a 20, I did not see it. So, the Sultan sends you off to your chambers so that he can converse with this new person that he calls an advisor. You are given free reign of the city as you bear the mark of the Sultan.
Aha!
And we will pick up next game as to how you want to go forward with understanding what's going on with the followers of Set and how you're going to go about the mission that you have undertaken.
We're gonna wake up rebels.
Thank you everybody for joining us tonight.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it. Z&Z weekend, thank you, especially Z&Z for the raid. That was awesome. We will be back on Wednesday. Well, actually, we'll be back tomorrow on Monday
Yeah.
for the second half of How to Create a Custom Creature. We will be here on Wednesday with the first session 0 of Reppin's A Band of Wanderers sessions.
Woo!
And I don't know, big thank you goes out to Syrinscape for the audio. If you guys ever want some background audio, they're a great place to go. And we'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much for joining us.
Great night, guys. Bye.